It's fast-paced, it's pressure-packed, it's high-scoring, and it's the only elite softball happening in Australia right now. The teams are settling in, and so should you. Welcome to live softball action here at Softball SA HQ on beautiful Ghana land in Adelaide, South Australia. Eric Balnar in the broadcast booth coming right at you. Bill Benedictson, the coach of the Phoenix, and James Harris, the voice of softball in the state. Mark Cramp, he'll come here at some point, but it's week 2 of the fully loaded competition, and what a fun competition it is.
It's been electrifying to say in one word after 1 week of competition. We also have, now that nerves are all gone, it is a pre-season competition. We should see the players start hitting their straps a little tonight.
Bill, takeaways from week 1, especially as a coach.
Week 1 was just ironing out some bugs. We obviously went over 2. As we said, we crashed and burned on that first one, so it's a good chance for the Phoenix to rise from the ashes.
Oh, I love the alliteration already. Good analogy. But one of the best parts of this competition is the shortened fence. Lots of opportunities for home runs and grand slams. We had a couple right off the bat. It was the first pitch of the game. Steph Trzynski. This was a real home run. This
was a
over,
monster shot.
It was a ball right over the fence. How do you rate the celebrations in this? This is one of my favorite parts of this competition. You'll see one from Steph coming around here, the big celebrations in this.
We love the celebrations. It's something that we've never seen in softball before. You might cut one through the batter's box if you celebrate during regulation, but this is all about fun and excitement and enjoyment, so loving the celebrations.
Could you imagine doing this in a club or state game?
No.
I would love it. But if that wasn't good enough, first pitch of the game, Georgia Hood, Aussie Spirit player. She went gonzo as well. And that was actually almost a great catch at the wall.
Bianca
Ramsey. She's an athlete out there. That was home run number 2. Phoenix, though, didn't have a home run in the...
No home runs, no.
This was a good celebration, too. The what was it, the Angels in the Dirt? The Dirt Angels?
Right. Instead of a snow angel... We may see on TV sometimes.
And if one Hood sister hitting home run wasn't enough, Amber had to do it as well.
Important part of the game as well. They were down, 3-run shot as well to give them the lead.
So this is the home run tally. Steph Trzynski has 1. Georgia Hood has 1. Amber Hood has 1. That is brought to you by CPC. Now the ladder. This is where it comes down. The points are a bit different in this competition. Thunder with 7 points, Angels with 5, Phoenix, Bill, unfortunately. But there's still lots of time to make it up. Yeah. And you can, James, walk us through the point system in this. How do you have 7 and 5 points after 2 games?
Yeah, so if you win the game by less or 4 runs or less, you get 3 points for a win, and the losing team gets a chance to pick up a point as well. So it's important to try and finish strong, even if you're in a losing position. If you win by 5 runs to 9 runs, you get 4 points for a win, and anything more than that we'll go through later time, but 5, 6 and 7 points respectively. But Thunder had 2 big wins. One was by 4, so they picked up 3 points for that one. That was against the Angels, and then they took all 4 points off you, the Phoenix, Bill.
Yes, we just had no run production really on the night, and we're hoping to turn it around tonight.
We've got 3 games tonight. We got Emmsee Sportswear Thunder versus CPC Angels, and then immediately following will be the Bob Burns Blinds Phoenix. That's a tough one to say, but the Bob Burns Blinds Phoenix, that's your team, Bill.
We like to go with Triple B.
Triple B Phoenix playing the CPC Angels, and then you guys back it up again on the doubleheader versus the Emmsee Sportswear Thunder. How do you go about setting the lineup when you have all these elite state players from different levels of it? Like, what's the strategy in a fully loaded lineup setting competition?
Well, I think rule number 1 is when you get Belle White on your team, she has to be your leadoff batter when bases are loaded. And she has proven time and time again she's the home run hitter. And instead of stacking all the lineup, I think we're going to kind of alternate a little bit tonight, just kind of try and round out the order a bit and see how we go.
Yeah, because it's in every inning you start with bases loaded. So I guess if you load everybody up at the top, when you start in the 2nd, 3rd inning, you might not have the guaranteed big bat standing at the top.
Correct. Yeah. So.
You look at the Angels lineup for tonight. Maddie Cameron, Georgia Hood, Sophie Hoyle. They're stacking the top of their order tonight. So I think they're looking to put some runs on the board early on, and maybe even give those bigger hitters a second chance to have a turn at bat in the shortened version of the game. Doesn't happen often.
You do put a lot of pressure on the other team if you can smash out. Like you said, you were saying last week, 4 to 5 is kind of the average for a really good inning. If you can do that, it puts pressure on them.
If you can score 12 in a game, you're going to win, 90% of them.
Yes.
What's interesting, when you have bases loaded, starting every inning, lots of opportunities to score runs, but we saw it time and time again, including last week, lots of opportunities to make an out because it's just a force-out play right off the bat.
Yeah, I think the thing that changed this year, started this year and a little of last year is, in the first year, everybody was playing in on the first batter thinking, okay, we have to play home. But we're starting to realize that you just got to play for some outs and not give up too many in the process.
It's almost like a stop the bleeding approach, and kind of you have to accept that runs are going to be scored.
Yeah, correct. Unless you get to the third inning, then suddenly you're chasing one run.
Well, very exciting. We're moments away from the game. We're going to head down to our field side reporter, Dave Muggleton. He is with Madeline Cameron on the field. Dave, down to you.
Thanks, guys. Madeline Cameron here. Okay. It's Aussies are out. The leadoff batter, but it's bases loaded. How does that change the mentality of a leadoff batter?
You've got to score early, so we're all about elevating and celebrating tonight. So we're going to score early, get in front, and then, not be chasing.
So there's two different ways that you can score here. You can hit a nice, sensible ground ball, get on base, bring in 2 RBI, or you can hit a dinger. Which one are you going for? There's a correct answer, by the way.
Yeah, the big old dinger. I don't want to make my runners do much work, so they can slowly go around the bases.
All right, so best of luck. Looking forward to that dinger.
Thanks.
Maddie Cameron has called the dinger. First, we saw that twice in 2 games last week, but first, Mark Cramp has joined us in the broadcast booth. He was just getting some information from both of the teams, going out there, talking to both of the benches. That's why he's in the broadcast booth fashionably late. Mark, what do you have for us from your intel that you were just on for the last 5 minutes?
Well, thanks for the intro, Eric. I'll tell you 100% what I was doing. I went and got some AeroGuard out of the car for the kids running around because the Mozzies out here are huge tonight. But wow, look at the diamond.
It's fantastic.
Beautiful.
Just about set to get underway. Angels versus the Thunder. It's the second week of Season 3 of Fully Loaded. Jade Peterson pitching for the Thunder. And Cameron goes after that first pitch as she said she would.
Yeah, the two games and 2 first batter home runs last week. So
Steph was second batter.
Was she? Oh, you're right.
Thunder, Lana Kaiser led off with a walk, and then it was
You're right.
Trzynski who liked the look of the first one and drilled it 250 feet. Low and outside.
I was watching that at home, Jim. I was watching it on my phone because I was out for dinner, but I had it on my phone, and how big was that hit by Steph Trzynski? That cleared everything.
I spoke to her during the week. She said she doesn't think she's ever got all the technical side of her swing. If this one goes foul, all right in one time. We know she swings hard. She said it herself. She said, I swing hard in case I hit it. So it's a good tactic to have when you're in the box, but yeah, she said she got all the mechanics right and everything went right for her on that swing. Bill, I'm going to ask you about some tactics. We haven't seen it in the 3 seasons yet as Cameron fouls yet another one off. You've seen them all go to the left side. We have seen it in the Softball Australia SummerSlam. Some of the coaches are playing a shift, playing 2 outfielders, playing a lot to the left side, really stacking the field. Battle like Cameron, maybe you use that for the Phoenix.
You could do. I mean, we haven't really thought about that. We kind of play straight away and in off the fence a bit because, like the Bianca Ramsey, was it the Georgia? Ooh. Georgia's hit was basically catchable if she just got up there, but.
Well, the most effective way to get anybody out in this competition with the bases loaded is you strike them out, and that's exactly what Jade Peterson, the South Australian strikeout queen, has done to Maddie Cameron on the first bat, but it really doesn't get any easier. You go Maddie Cameron, you go Georgia Hood, and Sophie Hoyle is on deck, so still a big opportunity for the Angels.
We've also got some runners on base as well. Steph Collett in third. Araha Munro making her season debut over at second. Zoe Benedictson on first base. So still bases loaded.
I think we got a runner in for her there. It looks like another Benedictson out there too.
Sorry, guys. Let's give that wily old pitcher out there a bit of credit because that was a big scalp. She set her up 2 pitches there, outside, pulled that one and then left it and just clipped the corner. So that was pretty smart pitching for a massive hitter.
Huge welcome back to Mark. Right on it. You know what? I think it's the spot that he's sitting in. He can sit right over the catcher's shoulder there.
Away from the Mozzies.
Yeah, they're bad out here tonight. If you're watching at home, you can gladly take those. virtually send them through to everybody.
We can quickly go through the lineup as well, probably after Georgia's had her turn at bat. But Jade Peterson is, it says here, pitching to Erin Adams McDonald, but I think they've got the shirt number wrong.
Oh.
It is Erin Adams McDonald catching. How about that? I thought it was Sarah Tonkin, similar build.
And all the players in the lineup that you will read out, James, are state representatives. Some of them have represented their country at various levels. That's what this competition about, is showcasing the best state representatives we've got. And this one is back. It's crunched. And Georgia Hood, home run number 2 of the season. It's a grand salami. Get out the bread. Get out the cheese. It's 4-zip.
Mark, second home run of the season for Georgia Hood. Talk us through it, mate.
Well, to be honest with you, she just guided that one through, or just used the forearms as the Angels just do their dirt angels. Is that what we're calling them?
So call them snow angels.
Yeah, but they're on the dirt. She just guided that one out with all forearms and just put it in the right spot. That was a very good pitch, because again, Jade was setting, or the catcher was setting up outside, and she just went with it, stepped at it, and just pushed it across. Perfect. I
think their celebration, if they do it face down, they'd be angels with dirty faces, but that's just my take on it.
You know what, though? I want to see some of the teams mix up their celebrations a little bit. They've done it twice now. What have they got for us on the third time around? Can't wait to see the Phoenix home run, though.
I think we might just give the cold shoulder. We'll all come out and then just turn our back on that runner when they come across.
Get the old hush.
I'm telling you, I love the confidence there, Eric, that you say, what's the next one going to be? Because the Angels, look at that lineup. They have got some talent at bat there for sure. Ooh.
Just off it, Sophie Hoyle's in the box. Georgia Ballard will make her season debut. She's catching tonight, batting for Sophie Roberts. Some more power there, Claire Warburton, Steph Collett, Araha Munro. There is hitters all through the Angels lineup.
When you're setting a lineup at the start of the inning, do you take into account who you have in 7, 8, 9, knowing that there's some speed that you can start the game off? Maybe you put in the 7 hole someone that has a lot of speed that might be able to hustle around on a double or something like that?
Yeah, you do kind of try and mix that in there. You don't want to, again, just stack it all at the front, although it seems to be working for some of them if they do that, and get some speed in there. The thing I think last week, I'll tell the girls this week, is to play their own game. There's a few girls that aren't home run hitters, and they might feel the pressure from James's pre-game speech to everybody that hit dingers that might have put them off. So
your advice is ignore James.
We speak to the players before the season starts, and we tell them, look, have some fun. There's nothing on the line here. Try something different and try and hit that 180-foot home run fence.
Bill,
they're a bit reluctant. Look at the leading team's replay.
Really
reluctant to do their Snow Angels.
Yeah, well, look, I was a bit disappointed with that. I think, Bill, you're right. They need to work on that. But you would have seen Jade throw a fair bit in your time, right? I'm looking at her tonight as that one's punched out to centre field. Is it going to make it? It does. It just drops in.
Yeah.
She seems to be throwing a little bit more off pace tonight. And a little bit, is that normal for Jade? Or she normally works the ball a bit, right?
I think Jade has really good command of the strike zone and is really good at tempting the batters to come just a little bit outside the zone, a little farther, and then also sneak back in there with that one when they don't expect it. So she's painting them away, and she's not afraid to come in and, bust something in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Georgia Ballard is the next batter for the CPC Angels after Sophie Hoyle singled. So the runners go back on. It doesn't get easier. Sophie Roberts standing on deck.
We will go through the lineup in a minute, but gee, the Thunder. This one gets away from Adams McDonald, and Hoyle will take second. Maybe the Thunder a little bit cocky, or they're saving their big guns for their next game, which will be against the Phoenix, Bill, with Steph Trzynski and Amber Hood both on the bench. Both home run hitters.
Okay.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Just on last time.
Taking it in stride. You start the phrase and I'll finish it for you, Eric. That's good. I notice you're a bit of a Dave Niehaus fan with your grand salami.
Always.
Rye bread and mustard, Grandma.
Yep, always. Get out the salami and cheese.
Bill, you're not going to get invited back if you use the in-jokes.
I was going to say, what's he encouraging him for?
Just don't get him started on McGruber. That one's a classic.
Okay.
Well, you got to mix them in. Good pitch, though.
That's what you're after, Mark, wasn't it? With Jade, she can hum and pie if she needs to, but she really does pepper the edge.
Well, exactly what Bill was saying. She sort of just, again, with Maddie Cameron, she was just leading her out, and then just got her. And again, just came back in with a straight.
Away
and
again.
There it is.
She gets her second strikeout of the
very,
night.
Very crafty.
I will quickly go through the Thunder defense. Jade Peterson throwing to Erin Adams-McDonald, Elizabeth Morris at first, Abby Kennedy second, Alyssa Gooley at third, Chelsea Robinson at shortstop, Bianca Ramsey, Amelia Dolphin, and Holly Tolger in the outfield. This is Sophie Roberts up to bat.
And a competitor, Sophie Roberts. I've loved watching her play over the last probably 3 seasons in particular, especially, in a couple of those grand finals she played in with Walkerville when she was just a teenager at the time, but just an absolute warrior out there. And she was an elite cricket player. She's just a competitor in every sense of the world.
Can hit the ball there.
She is a power hitter.
Big bat flip as well. She liked it off the bat. She enjoyed it. She watched it.
2-run shot.
2-run shot. Call it, Bill.
Man, she just, I was going to say, she's a power hitter. You guys all said it. And all she did was just get her arms out in that. And that was gone.
Well, 2 swings of the bat have brought in 6 runs. There's a mix-up for you there. Mixing it up, the home run celebration with the halo.
You can't do the 2 same celebrations in the same inning.
6 in 1 inning, Mark. You'd be happy with that. You'd be a happy franchise owner.
It's a good start, but again, we got out early last week as well. I think to a 5-run first innings, and it got away on us. But it's a very good start. Very good start. Good bat flip too. Great bat flip. Scott Radigan-esque.
Yeah. Radigan would have put it through the dugout door, yeah.
Oh, and another one.
This is Claire Warburton. Pop up to Chelsea Robinson at shortstop, which will end the 6-run first inning, the top of the first for the CPC Angels.
Yeah, it was eventful. That was an eventful first inning.
It's a great start.
It was exciting. So it's 6-0 after the first inning. That's putting some runs on the board. Now, what would you say is the pass, fail, or acceptable number when you're trying to put a score on the board per inning? Would you say what? You need minimum 2. You need minimum 2.
I'll go first, but let's go through it down the line. I'm saying 4 is absolute minimum. Anything less than that, you should be disappointed.
Yeah, you'd like to clear the bases, at least get those 4 in. Whether that's a home run or a couple of hits and scores them.
Yeah, minimum 4. You saw it last week, like I just said, with the Angels. They got 5, and then they just failed to bat in the last 2, and that cost them the game. If they got 1 or 2 in each innings, 4 would have been better. So let's stick with 4.
We were kind of saying at the top of the broadcast, you score 12 runs, you're probably going to win the game. And you take a look at last week's scores, the losing teams had 6, 7, and 4. So based on that, 8 runs should be enough. So let's go 3 runs per inning. You get to 9. And statistically, through our 3 games, that should be enough. But I have a feeling you're probably going to need double digits to really be safe.
Hey, changing up this week, you've got the roving camera out in right field there. Well, it was a pretty good shot a moment ago.
Yeah, our crew at Spacequake Sports
It's a little safer out there, I think,
are the
too.
best in the business here doing sport in South Australia, probably in Australia, maybe even Southern Hemisphere. Let's give them that. Absolutely brilliant, the team at Spacequake Sports.
Where else do you get a at-bat home run from,
Pre-game home run?
Yeah, no,
Pre-game interview.
Pre-at-bat interview from Maddie Cameron, and then within 30 seconds, she's swinging the bat up there.
Big shout out to producer Brandon on the switch, getting it done. But we're ready for the next part of the game. Chelsea Robinson going to lead things off. Team Australia player Chelsea Robinson. She was actually with the Spirit in Japan in the lead up to the Olympics, and she's going against, someone who was there with her. It's Errol Monroe.
No,
it's Georgia Hood. They've mixed up the line.
I was going to go through the lineup quickly, but I've got to catch them up, and that's why I called Abraham Munro as a base runner in the top of the first. They have made a change. They've brought in the second Benedictson, so Izzy is out there somewhere. Bill, I'm going to use
first base, I think, or is that Zoe at first base?
You can't tell your daughters apart.
Pass ball. And the run will score.
Izzy's at first base.
Yeah, the room for error is minimal here. A pass ball like that, and already it is a run on the board for the Thunder with Chelsea Robinson still up to bat.
Well, you said it last week, Jim. That's massive when you have it, because that takes the force away now, doesn't it? So it gives you options as a base runner to either put pressure on the fielder to make an error then at first if the ball gets to the ground, and there's no pressure on you to run. So that is a massive in this game. As Chelsea Robinson gives that a cut.
Although you were away at a dinner last week, Mark, sounds like you caught up on the coverage. Let's have a look at the leading text. Well, I thought we were going for a leading text replay. Brandon furiously
waving.
shaking his hand.
Just
Chelsea
waving.
Robinson is still in the box. I've got the lineup. I'll go through it in a moment, guys.
A former CPC Angel at bat here. Chelsea Robinson can hit too.
And she tries to get into that. She's had some good swings at it. That one goes foul. It'll be a second strike on her.
2 seasons with the Angels.
Yeah.
As one of the marquee players of the team, and in this year's draft, she got picked up quite early.
Yeah, I'll say I was dirty. Got a great team out there, the Angels, though, as Chelsea Robinson goes after that one. This is a great duel. Great duel.
Two national caliber players, international caliber players, some of the best in the world going toe-to-toe in little old West Beach. It's Georgia Hood versus Chelsea Robinson.
You'd like to see this, Bill. Neither of them are giving an inch, is it? Chelsea's going after everything, and it's coming down hard too. Oh.
One by Georgia Hood. She mixes up the speed, gets Chelsea Robinson to chase, and it's strikeout number 1. Just the 1 run. Scores on the pass ball. Jade Peterson up to bat. But again, Steph Trzynski and Amber Hood left on the bench for this first game. I'm sure they'll play tonight, but Jade Peterson moves up the lineup to 2, and she'll take one high for ball number 1.
Well, Jade using all of her 45 seasons experience here in the box. I think that's how long she's been playing A-grade for. She will dominate here, I'm telling you. Oh.
Grounds one up the middle. They'll take a look at home, but they'll just chuck it over towards first. That's out number 2, but another run scores.
Angels give up another run to make an out. There is 2 out, so Peterson with an RBI. I can't remember the last time she's batted 2 in the order.
She's a consistent batter. She's putting the ball in the ground.
Ooh.
Like I said to you, she'll do something here, didn't she? And she almost a fumble there, Eric. You pointed it out. And that put pressure on the fielders, like we were saying before, wasn't it?
Hit the ball the right side on the ground like that, you're going to score that run every day. And like you said beforehand, with that force now out of the play, the chance to come home is probably more risky, so you're less likely to do that.
Yeah.
So it is a 6-2 game, and you'd probably be happy from the Angels' perspective if it's just 2, but this will be a little chopper. This could be a tough one.
Got her.
Did she get the runner?
Yeah, tagged her.
Yeah, she tagged her. So that's going to be the last out. They had the runner off the bag, and that will do it. So just 2 runs.
Yeah, let's have a look at the leading team's replay. Georgia did the double bluff. She pretended to leave it and then thought, you are mine, base runner. That was Holly Tolger on third base for the Thunder, and she just gave up. That was no tag. She didn't even tag her. She didn't tag her yet.
I think
She did right at the end. Right at the end, she got the tag in as she was walking towards the dugout. We'll let this replay run slightly longer, I think. Watch, there it is, and she says, yeah, you know what?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm out. No problem.
Could have bluffed her and ran
She could have bluffed her and gone right over, but there it is. She's looking right at
She had
her.
a bit of a mental lapse there,
Looking
I think,
right
yeah,
at her.
sure.
I think she was trying to duke her out. I like that.
We are back.
Very entertaining.
Yeah, back for season 2, week 2, season 3. Week 2, season 3 of fully loaded softball action. The Mozzies are out here, guys. So
Not for me.
I gotta head out too here pretty quick, here, boys, and team's warming
Bill,
up. So
thank you very much for joining us.
I'd love to stay and watch even my game here, but I won't do it tonight.
You're not going to stay for a couple of bats?
What's the word you're giving today?
I will stay for the bat. Yes, or 2.
What's the word you're giving out there today to the Phoenix as Steph Collette leads things off? What a great! How good is it for Steph Collette to be back here in South Australia playing in the competition?
College ball player. My word is just play your own game tonight. Like I said, I'm going to let the big hitters swing hard, and I'm going to let the ones that aren't big hitters just put the ball in play.
Swing even harder.
Even harder, you could do that.
And defensively, there's not much room for error.
Yeah, just make your sure outs. I think if anytime you give them an extra out, you're going to get yourself into a big hole. So if we just play for our outs, hopefully get out, like we said, under that number of 3 per inning, and we score more than that, we'll be good.
We were talking tactics before, Bill, and you didn't give much away. Are you going to use this as like a pre-season? Well, it is a pre-season competition. You're going to try some new things with some of the girls that are coming through your, team and developing them. Are you going to try a little bit different with them, just because it's all fun?
Yeah, I think we can do that. I think the first week we came out, we didn't really have much in the way of signals and stuff, and I think It was Alex Mackey that went full yard with signals, and they got the 2 wins. So I thought, well, we should probably come out and have something and maybe mix it up a little bit.
Yep.
So we're not just running around blind out there.
Good battle here from Steph Collette. Last week, she was a pretty tough out as well. You'd be quite happy with picking her up. Mark Cramp.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like I said to you, this Angels team is very, very good. We dropped a couple of good players and picked some really good players up. Unfortunately, she went down on this one, and again, Jade just reels them in every time.
Arrowa Munro and Zoe Benedictson due up.
No, this is
the change. This is Izzy now.
Yeah.
What's the book on Izzy Benedictson, Bill Benedictson?
Youngest daughter, quite athletic. She's always been a pretty good hitter of the ball, and she's not afraid to have a hack. As you can see, their first pitch swinging. She's not one to give up, take any free strikes. So
was it Mark Cramp that drafted her away from you?
Yes, or a representative of Mark. Yes.
I'm Switzerland. I had no idea until I saw the thing, and I read through it, and I was quite surprised. And I thought, oh, Bill must be the coach.
Head coaches.
I realised it wasn't. I was like, oh, that's good.
Head coaches picked the draft. Unfortunately, the Angels head coach wasn't there, so they had to go for the next best thing, and they ended up with 2 Benedictsons.
He passed on one, then passed on the other.
Bill said, I'm not picking them.
Izzy.
Because we have a
grounds
father.
one. Leg that out towards third.
Oh, what's he going to do?
Foot's off the base. The foot was off the base.
That's what I would have said.
And it's an RBI for Izzy Benedictson. She'll reach on a fielder's choice. She'll drive in a run. She'll make it a 7-2 game.
As we watch the replay here, talk us through it, guys.
Oh,
she lifted it. She lifted it forward.
You can see that it was a great call from plate umpire Ian Gray. We might go around the umpires as well, but did the right thing, Benedictson. Got the ball into play, and any slow roller, you're going to give your runner from third a chance to score. Hoyle, pretty happy that she crossed the plate. That's the 7th run for the Angels.
Quick play and quick throw, though, from Elisa Gooley over at third base. But, yeah, just a little bit off the bag. So now we have the other Benedictson, Zoe.
Yep.
Back-to-back Benedictsons.
You try and say that.
Well, it'll make Grandma happy back in Maple Ridge, Canada, watching tonight. Actually, she watches it first thing in the morning, so she'll be sleeping right now. But
Good
in
morning.
about 3 hours, she'll wake up, and she'll watch the game.
Well, you talked us through Izzy. Did you talk us through Zoe? Because
Zoe's the middle daughter. She's been playing some rep ball here for a few years now. She's been in the under-16s the last couple of years. She's a good battler, good outfielder.
Big day in Maple Ridge, though. She will strike out on looking.
Yeah.
But a big day for Maple Ridge today.
Yeah, you saw that, did you?
Larry Walker getting inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Larry Walker and I went to high school together and played ice hockey together.
Yeah.
He was far better than me at ice hockey and at baseball.
I could have guessed baseball.
Yeah. His dad was a pro ball player back in the day, and I think Larry's one of the youngest of 5 boys. And I remember somewhere around the time he was 14, he was already playing men's league fast pitch, which was seriously competitive in Maple Ridge back then.
But did Larry Walker play top-level ice hockey in Australia?
No. So
Mark, the weather here at West Beach was pretty good today, but locally,
I tell you what.
Crunch down the line. Maddie Cameron is going to drive in 1 run. Enough hockey talk. Maddie Cameron makes it an 8-2 game with an RBI up the guts. But importantly, too, she kind of cycles the players around the bases. Like, this is some effective hitting from the Angels. You have a fielder's choice. You have a single, bases stay loaded, and it sets it up for Georgia Hood right in the middle.
And that ball was moving too, wasn't it?
I think Maddie was making sure she wasn't striking out that time like the first at bat.
That was an angry swing.
That was an angry swing, yeah.
Georgia Hood has hit 1 home run
pitch
already today.
Right on the outside edge. That's a great pitch.
You'd think she's got to be thinking dead red right here.
Oh, I'd be going long ball.
I think Jade's coming inside on her here. She's bust her in.
Oh, she did too.
well, Georgia Hood will live again. She'll get a second look at this one. It'll be Jade's last inning of this game. She can pitch another for the night. She's got 4 strikeouts to add to her tally. 6 strikeouts on the season. Not bad from the veteran.
Look at Georgia out there hopping, pretending it hurt. Just so she throws a nice, juicy one down there, and she'll just pivot on that.
She'll lose a toenail there, I reckon. That's why I wear a leg guard.
Outside.
She watches that one go. Now, how do you change your approach if you're Jade Peterson going round 2 versus someone that just took you deep? Or can you?
I think what she did there was good. She made her come off the plate. If she was going to come after, that ball was probably a good 2-3 centimeters off the plate.
She hits this hard. It's on a line. It's going to drop in front on the right field. They're going to be pushing for 2. Benedictson touches the plate. Or that's Colette.
Yep, Izzy.
That touches the plate.
Izzy.
It's Izzy.
Yep.
There we go.
She's the quick one.
She's the quick one. She scores. She gets the RBI. She scores. So there you go. It's 2 more runs added to the board. There's your passing grade for the inning. It's a double for Georgia Hood.
As we look at the leading team's replay, she's picked up another 2 RBIs. On the season so far, make it 4 hits and 18 RBIs. Not 18, but...
But it might be close to that. She had a grand slam. She's had 2 grand slams. So there's 8. She had 5 in one game.
She's got 6 in this one. That's at least 11.
She's got at least 11
RBIs.
RBIs. Holy cow.
The West Torrens slugger is due. Yeah?
Sophie Hoyle?
I think. Come on.
She can hit a proper long ball.
Oh, yeah.
And this would just put a bit of a death grip on the game, wouldn't it?
Agreed. Yeah. Big hit here.
And this is hit hard, but it's on a line, and it's dropped in left field, so it's going to score 1. It's going to score 2.
Whoa.
Just come off the leg of Georgia Hood on the way past to flick
hit again.
And Adam McDonald's just picks it up. So the young catcher catching to the experienced pitcher, they just need to communicate a little bit more for mine. Maybe mix them up a little bit, especially for those 3. Have a look at Hoyle. She liked it off the bat, but she saw it was dropped. And the 2 runs across the plate. Georgia Ballard now back up to bat.
Back-to-back 6s. The Angels
in the same ankle.
Angels doing a number here on the Thunder. There's still time to come back. Thunder entered the competition today in first place, 7 points, just 2 points above the Angels, though. A win for the Angels by 4 or less would leave the teams tied at the top of the standings. By 5 or more, the Angels will go in front, and if they keep expanding their lead, it's just going to be more points for the taking. They won 12-4 last week. 12 has been the highest run total in the 3 games so far, and we're only a couple outs here in the inning, and we're already
at 12.
This is going to be a big ask for the Thunder coming back, but they are the team that does show explosive bats, so they can do it.
Look at the Thunder bench, and they've got Steph Brzezinski ready to come in.
Big strikeout.
You'd think that she'll pitch the last inning, seeing as at the chase in 10. Strikeout number 5 for the game.
She strikes out the side. Bill, we got to let you go and go and coach your team. You got a good first matchup. It's versus the Angels, and it looks like the Angels are using all of their runs for the night in the first 2 innings of this game.
Let's hope so.
That's how it goes.
Let's hope that they've spent them all here.
Bill, thank you very much for joining the broadcast booth, and best of luck. So we'll let you go. Hi, Mom. I'm going to give you a high five. I thought you were giving me a high five. You just put a hi, Mom.
I'd like to say good luck, Bill, but I'm not going to.
No worries.
Excuse me, everybody.
And thank you for the hat last year. I was looking to wear that hat this year, but I got traded.
I can't believe it. It wasn't me that got rid of it, by the way.
Bill Benedictson is the Stars head coach as well, so good luck for the campaign for national championships whenever they might be.
Thank you.
Angels have a pitching change. I can see Georgia Hood's thrown her 1.
So she'll use 2. Yeah, that's a smart decision.
Yeah, take her out now to pitch 2 for the next game. Yep. Sorry, Mark. And it looks like we've got Ella Forrester doing the pitching. We're just waiting for Jade Peterson to get the old legs out at second base as we bid adieu to Bill Benedictson. We're hoping to hear from Bob Burns Blinds Phoenix players next week. We should get one of their players, and Bill's going to sort that out for us.
This is a very good decision, I think, from the Angels, because that is the rules of the game. I don't think we went over them at the start of the broadcast, but pitchers can only pitch 3 innings per night, but only 2 innings per game. So it usually works out to a 2-in-1 equation. Georgia Hood, she's an ace caliber pitcher. No one's going to deny that. She's on Team Australia, the Aussie Spirit, for a reason. It's probably good logic that, hey, if you're not in a close game right now, you've got a bit of a blowout game, you may as well save Georgia for what could be a bit of a closer game in the next one out. Probably agree with that logic?
Also, that Georgia only pitched to 3 batters in the first inning, which means that Ella can throw to the bottom half of the order, and if they need to, they might be able to bring in another pitcher for that third inning. They've got Poppy Carmen in the bench. Izzy Benedictson can roll over as well. So
makes sense.
Yep, some good coaching decisions made there, even though you've only got 3 innings to do it.
Oh, I totally agree, boys. I'm very, very happy with that decision. I just hope it pays off because it's decisions like this. As that one's drop ball too nice, and she just fouls it off. Sometimes these can come back and bite you.
Alyssa Gooley is the batter, by the way. I don't think we actually established that yet this inning.
Yep, Gooley had a couple of turns at bat last week, so looking to find her feet. Women's baseball player, she's pretty good at it too. I think she's in one of their high performance programs. She gets herself a walk and an RBI to boot. Chelsea Robinson will cross the plate, the 3rd run of the game for the Thunder. This does bring up another young gun, Elizabeth Morris, for the Thunder. So good call there, Mark. Maybe a little bit of nerves from Ella to throw a walk, her first batter.
Yeah, well, look, she's been thrown into a position where we're leading. I think she put the pressure on herself, to be honest with you, Jim. Leading by 10 runs, you've come in to do a bit of a job. All you need to do is, again, like we said, try and hold on to about 4 to 5 an innings. And if you can do that, you can have fun. She's throwing a lot of down balls, and they're just missing. So
that's not bad. That's good. You want that from a pitcher.
Yeah. She'll creep up a little bit as she goes.
Elizabeth Morris standing in. That one drops down low. Yeah, great job by the catcher.
Be interesting to see. I know we're only halfway through the game, and no point talking about it too early, but interesting to see who David Muggleton will pick out of the teams to interview after the game, on-field interview at the completion of this game. Then we'll go for a short break before the second game, but plenty more action before then.
Sorry to interrupt for a second, but if we can try and get a slow-mo of this shot right now on camera at some stage.
As this one lined over to our second, they get one. Takes it off the back.
No one's listening.
Hoyle tried for the double, and the ball comes into play, but no one there to take it. So ball's flying everywhere at the moment. We've got a line drive, a laser beam to second base. Sophie Hoyle takes a great catch, and then she tried to fire it across to third for the double play. Let's have a look at the leading team's replay as we watch Jade Peterson dive back into third.
See, these are learning moments, Eric. Like we always talk about this, Jim, learning through the game. So I don't think that the out was there. So there was no need to chase that runner back. You had her, you know what I mean? You had her in the hand. It was never going to be an out. So it's a learning moment.
Did you see the wheels to get home there?
Oh,
she got up like a flash.
Unbelievable. Did you see the dust flying off? That was the dust coming off her. It was like a sock out of a window, just flapping like that.
So they get their first out of the inning, but they move the runner to second and third. First base is empty, and it is a 12-4 game. And Erin Adams McDonald comes up to bat.
That last pitch, did that come out the back of the hand? Am I seeing that right, or am I
I'm not
eyes
sure. I don't know if
deceiving me?
we can get a replay of that last pitch, the last pitch.
It just looked like it come out the back of the hand.
That is McDonald's. That one
Not
drops
that
in, and it's just a ball. So the bases are going to be loaded again. They've already scored 2 runs, only 1 out. Hey, you know what? If one of Abby Kennedy or Amelia Dolphin here can get a hit, the Thunder are inching their ways back within striking distance here. They certainly need at least 6 this inning.
I'll give you a fun fact here. Abby Kennedy's our only left-hander. As a run crosses the plate, Bianca Ramsey for run number 3 in the inning. There is only 1 out. There's been 2 walks.
Pass balls, errors, and a walk have been the out or the runs that have come across the plate. Here's a take a look at this replay of the pitcher again that you were looking for.
Didn't see it. Oh, good pitch.
Mark just trying to have a chat with his old friend Ian Gray behind the plate. Pete Fairley's out there umpiring, making his umpiring debut for Fully Loaded as well.
That's cool.
As Acacia Vamali.
Swing and a miss.
Great pitch.
Acacia Vamali umpiring at third base. She was the Softball SA Junior Umpire of the Year, or Rookie Umpire of the Year, the Marg Abbott Award winner last season. Great to see her back this week.
Abby Kennedy, a member of the under-18 state team. Once again, all these players in the competition have represented their state at the highest level. This is an all-star competition in every respect in South Australia, featuring some of the best players at all levels. Eric Ballard, Mark Cramp, James Harris calling all the action for you as this one drops down low. It'll load the bases once again. Still one out. They've used a walk, a pass ball, and a throwing error to score 3 runs in this inning. One swing of the bat creeps the Thunder within 3.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching the game here. It's actually becoming very exciting. What I'm liking, the name of the pitcher again? Sorry,
Ella
Forrester.
Sorry, Ella Forrester. I'm liking the movement she's got out of that ball. She just needs another foot or a foot and a half, or maybe a half a foot in height, and that's got good movement. Look at that. That's dipping very well. But she's just, I don't know, is it letting it go too early? What is it?
Well, let's be fair. Ella will be an inning eater for the Angels at the moment, seeing as they got the 10-run lead. She's more of an all-rounder, an outfielder, a good little infielder as well, but has been lighting up the batting order for Port Adelaide for the last few years. So not known as a pitcher at club ball.
Yeah, but she would be an amazing pickup because she's a very good batter from infielder from everything that we've spoken about. But if you can just get this pitch right, this is a big hitter killer, this pitch.
Great
and that
pitch.
one
That's
is
the
a good
you
one. Right inside, holds the plate. They tried to force that throw. It's a risky play with the bases loaded, isn't it?
It's a good play because it's not expected. There hasn't really been many throw-arounds. Not many opportunities to steal in fully loaded softball, but good to see him taking on the runner.
Dolphin just gets under it. It's a pop-up diving play and a great effort.
No! I thought she got it. Take a look at the replay there, Blue. I reckon she got that.
What an effort from
Ballard.
Georgia Ballard.
Well done.
I think that was so close. We'll take a look at the replay.
I think she's hit her head as well.
Georgia Ballard, look at the
ground.
go on her right here. Oh! What a great effort.
Just spilled out. Here's a good angle of it.
Wow, that was an amazing effort.
Oh, she overstretched for it.
Yeah. Did too well.
She had it covered.
I think that's where it kind of hurts a bit because her arm landed on the ball. Georgia Ballard gets right back up. What a great effort trying to make that out. But Amelia Dolphin stays alive. She's got 2 strikeouts or 2 strikes on her.
They breed them tough at Coombe. About 800 kilometres out of Adelaide.
And a big strikeout from Ella Forrester right when she needed one the most. She uses that pitch and gets Amelia Dolphin looking. It's 2 outs. Thunder, this is a huge at-bat. Holly told you, up to bat if she can get a hit, if she can find her way on base, it'll put Chelsea Robinson up to bat and a chance to really get the Thunder close. A massive moment in this game. Ella Forrester needs to get this out for the Angels.
100%, Eric. You've called that completely correct. This is big pitch. Good pitch.
She's settled in, Mark. You've got the bottom of the zone now, which is what you're after.
100%.
Just catch a speed up. We see Bianca Ramsey go out to run at second base for Erin Adam McDonald. It is still loaded bases, as Holly told you. Fouls this one off.
It's just that off-speed drop, isn't it? It's just tailing away. If she masters that, that will be a great pickup for the Angels.
It's brilliant pitching as well. She's only trying to pitch it there because look at the field she's got behind her. She's got absolute superstars in the infield. Georgia Hood, Sophie Hoyle, Steph Collett, Sophie Roberts. She's got a second strikeout.
A massive pitch, and Ella Forrester. Pressure was mounting, but she goes back-to-back Ks, keeps the bat out of Chelsea Robinson's hand. And you know what? It was looking like a big inning, but they only score 3, and they keep it a 12-5 game. 7 runs is a big difference, and now it's icing that the Angels are going to be looking for. They might need a couple more runs, but it's going to be really hard to come back if the Angels score a couple runs.
Yeah, Thunder also undefeated as well, so they might feel a little bit of pressure at the moment being an undefeated side after just the 1 round of fully loaded. Season 3, Week 2, and we want to give a very special thanks to Softball Australia as well. They're sharing the post as well, so people across the country who are suffering in lockdowns and quarantines and isolations can't go too far away from their home, so you can catch all the action. So
let us know where you're watching from, and I'll read the comments, and I'll choose my favorite name of an Australian town that I've never heard of before. So that's the prize up for grabs, straight from Aussie Eric's mouth. Let's see how we go.
I'm not checking my phone tonight. I got too many messages during the broadcast last week. But please do tell us where you're watching from. Give us a like, a share, and a comment, and we'll give you a shout out if we can. Mark, we missed you last week.
Oh, I missed you guys. Thanks very much. That was a huge innings. Oh, I'm getting over that. That amazing play of that pop fly, and then those strikeouts. Just that was it. That was a great innings.
Well, Steph Trzynski's been rested. Michaela Yankovic is on the stripe for the Thunder in the third inning, and
Good stop.
It is good to see that the pitchers that are in the teams are all getting a go.
100%. I love it.
Zoe Benedictson will lead things off. And it looks like we're going to have another new batter in the game, Georgia King. There's 4 Georgias on the Angels, by the way, and I don't think we saw Georgia King last week. She's on deck.
Georgia King caught both games.
Oh, did she? We did see Georgia King last week. What do I know? What am I doing?
Yeah, Georgia Burr's the only Georgia that hasn't played so far this game. We didn't see Georgia Ballard last week.
There's so many Georgias. Angels have Georgia on their mind.
She did well. She got a hit last week, Georgia Burr, in her fully loaded debut. This is Georgia Burr. This isn't Georgia King.
Yeah, Georgia. I was thinking Georgia King because we didn't see Georgia King last week. We saw Georgia Burr last week.
We saw Georgia King caught
It's like sitting
both
with
games.
the two Ronnies.
Georgia Burr played first base.
Who's on first?
And third.
Georgia Burr up to bat, Georgia King on deck.
There you go. Georgia.
There's so many Georgias. Georgia Hood, she's hit a home run, got a bunch of RBIs. Which Georgia's Georgia? You know what? Just say there's a Georgia on the team and you probably got it. So Georgia swings, and it's foul.
It's like I got 2 65-year-old men trying to find out where their glasses are.
I think it's just me. So Georgia Burr batting.
Eric's trying to do his best Lee Hull impersonation, I think.
He's nailed it. Big shout out to Lee.
Well, do I get to make a prediction then? Georgia King is going to, this is Georgia Burr, but Georgia King is going to rifle a double when she gets her turn at bat.
Which will bring Georgia
Which is
home.
hard to do in this, but which will bring Georgia home.
Georgia Hood at third base, running on third. Sophie Hoyle at second, and Georgia Ballard on first base. So there's 4 Georgias on the diamond at the moment. One's on deck, one's in the box, and 2 are base running.
Ooh. Good hack there from Georgia Burr. I really hope someone from Georgia is watching this broadcast right now. So please, if you're watching this on the Softball Australia page, please comment that you are watching from Georgia. I would love that. Let's see what Burr does. Burr swings through that, so she'll strike out. So Georgia King, who's going to hit the double, will swing. She'll come up to bat. So now it's Georgia King from the Angels. Trying to add to their lead. 7 runs might not necessarily be enough. This one's hit hard over towards right field. That one is going to drop in. And
Chasing the
it
player.
will score a 1, and it's going to score 2 runs. So Georgia scores Georgia, and Georgia King will go stand on second. It's not a double, but she does get to second. She does score 2, and it's a 14-5 game.
Scott Humphreys, coach, what are you doing? There was a fumble out there in deep left. If we watch the replay, Good home.
Great shot to the opposite field. Good pickup as well off the bounce. The throw came in and just missed all the infielders.
Holds her up, and goes, oh, I probably should have sent you.
Scott's wearing a state team representative jacket from the 1990s.
Unbelievable.
That is a classic if you can get a shot of the coach on third base.
So it does make it a 14-5 game. The Angels stretch out their lead to 9 runs. If they can get another, it adds another point to the title. There's a look at that jacket that you're talking about.
All he needs is some frog skins and some Air Maxes.
That is some good gear. Pitch just on the outside.
Yeah, let's settle back into the action. It's another new player to the season. We've seen her play before. This is Neve Adams. She's made the journey from Port Pirie.
Nope.
No, this is Georgia King.
That's okay though, Jim.
She was in the on-deck circle.
Who is it?
Georgia King's on second.
Who's that? Well, why is she wearing number 6? They've changed my list here.
I told you, it's Neve Adams. Up to bat, made the trip
This is
from
definitely
Port Pirie.
Yeah.
I'm sure her sister will be watching from...
I knew that.
Neve Adams listed as number 12 on our game sheet, though. I see why you're confused. It is slapped out towards right field. That's going to score 1 run. It might even score 2. They're going to push for it. It's not even going to be a competition. It's 16-5. The Angels have an 11 lead. They've blown this one wide open.
Neve Adams could have almost got second base free there because she was just about to round and take the inside bag and go to 2, but the player was standing on the white bag.
The team that has 2 number 6s on their... It's 16-5. The team that has 2 number 6s on their roster scored 6 in the first, 6 in the second. They've got 4 in the third. Can they make it a 6-6-6 game? Can the Angels put up a Devils score?
Oh, bang.
Eric.
I love it. Eric.
Still need to put 2 on the board. So the batter in the box represents that 6th run of the inning. There is none out as well.
Ooh.
There was 1 out. There was a strikeout. Georgia Burr struck out. All the other Georgias have scored this inning.
And Ella Forrester, who had that huge strikeout, is up to bat. She really knuckled down, and that is going to prove to be a very pivotal moment in this game. Her pitching performance in that last inning in relief of Georgia Hood. And she crunches this. This is out towards right field. It's just not going to quite have the distance. It will be caught. Runner has to scamper back to first. They're going to double her up. So that is how the inning will end. They will score 4.
That's what happens when you play with the Devils number. A double play.
Yeah, the Angels shouldn't be tinkering around that number. I tell you what, that was you're right. A good at bat because she put the ball out to right field. It was a great catch in the end there. Watch how she tracks this one down and just catches it sort of right out in front with a bit of a scoop.
Yeah, it's tough with these short fences because you don't want to give up that home run. And then she took a good catch, fired it in, and a double play. Great angle from our team at Spacequake Sports. 4 runs on the board, and the Angels out to a 16-5 lead. It's going to need to be a big inning here from the Thunder to keep their unbeaten run going.
Yeah, I think Ella's got a groove now, so I reckon they might get 3 or 4 out of this innings, and that'll be it. I'm hoping.
Well, right now it would be a 5-point win. They have an 11-run lead. That's 5 points on the table. That would put them up to 10 points. If they only win by between 5 and 9 runs, that's a 4-point advantage. And if they can creep it back between 1 and 4, it's 3 points for the winning team, 1 point for the losing team. So it's little targets that I think the Thunder have to set in this inning just to narrow that margin because the points are going to matter at the end of the season.
And this woman in the batting box right now is going to make it very difficult for the Angels, I'm telling you.
I was just about to say the same thing, Mark. Although Ella finished off very strong in the inning, she pitched to 6 batters and gave up the 3 runs. Chelsea Robinson, though, could change that with 1 swing.
You don't want Chelsea Robinson in the bat with loaded bases. What you could have done is preferred her to be the last or the second last out last innings when there was not many people on base, because this is very dangerous for the Angels. You've got to pitch around her. I'd rather give up, like Lee Hart would say, give up 1 than give up the 4.
This one hit hard. It's going to find a gap. It'll score 1 run. Runner being pushed around, trying to get 2. It's slipped all the way to the wall.
Went through the legs of the left fielder. They hustle in. The good backup from Maddie Cameron at centre field gets the ball in a hurry. So 2 runs cross the plate off the bat of Chelsea Robinson.
And she'll stand over at second. So that gets them out of the 10-plus run margin. So as it currently stands, it would just be 4 points for the Angels. That next target is 5. Just go by targets. Try to get under 5. This one slips by. That was a good grab by the catcher.
A couple of things I liked about that play was the fact that Maddie Cameron covered from centre field, and the respect shown then from the Thunder coach when Maddie Cameron, even though she slipped over at what is that, 180 feet.
So 120 from the base.
You're not going to run on Maddie Cameron's arm, even if she slipped over. And so that was a very good play, and that was a good lesson out there for left field then too, to turn and go hard back at the ball. And
good block.
Yankovic having her first turn at bat of the game. She replaced Jade Peterson.
Good versatile player. Club change, though, this year in the local club competition.
Yeah, I don't know about rumours for changing clubs on Fully Loaded. We don't have an allegiance to any of the clubs. And
no, we don't.
Yankovic will get a base on balls up to first base. I don't know. Are we allowed to announce them or not? Because I think the players should be able to have that choice.
Well, we are a very big multimedia organization
We
here.
are.
You know,
Our fans
where
wanna
the rumor
know.
mills are going. This.
Well, let's call it a rumor mill then. We can say what we believe
Yep.
the rumor is.
Now, someone, though, that hit a couple home runs in last year's competition, so you know she can swing the big bat, is Bianca Ramsey. And she's got the bases loaded, and boy, would one getting deposited over that fence be a big moment for her.
Yeah, she'll be looking to get into the competition, Ramsey. Although her team's undefeated so far, I think she was pretty quiet with the bat last week. She had a walk, I believe, was her best plate appearance, but she's handy in the field. She's a good top-order batter for this Thunder side.
They need to start piling on the hits. Still no outs in this inning, still bases loaded. They've already scored 2. And they're swinging for it, Bianca Ramsey.
Eric, you're right. You called it. She put a couple over last season and going for it here, isn't it? Not leaving much to, well, she knows 7, 16, so she needs to put a couple on loaded bases. She knows that she could put them up to 11 with one swing.
The Thunder put themselves in a position to put up a big number last inning. They could only score 3. Big hacks again.
Yeah, she's not dying wondering. We can see just off to the side, the Bob Burns blind Phoenix are itching to get to the diamond. So we'll have a quick on-field interview at the completion of this game, and then we'll take a short break to allow the teams to settle in and get ready for game number 2. This one has gone a little longer than what we would expect a 3-inning game to go for. Around about the 50-minute
When the
mark.
Angels are putting up 6 runs in the first and second, that's what can happen. And the Thunder, we're pressing. Ramsey watches it down low, so a run will score. A plucky at-bat from Bianca Ramsey. She took a couple hacks, but at the end of the day, she takes that 4th ball and gets on base, keeps the bases loaded. So the Thunder trying to get that margin under 5 is their next target. They're at 8. A swing of the bat gets them there. And Elisa Gooley will have her second turn at bat.
They can salvage a point still. Like with a good at bat, few RBIs, and taking their chances, they can reduce that margin and at least salvage a point.
Which would keep them equal top instead of being bumped down to second place through 3 games.
We have seen teams score big runs in one innings. So it's and they're on top of the ladder for a reason. So it's not out of the question.
Gooley, she had a good go at this. It's into foul territory. It's taken. The runner will stay.
And Chelsea Robinson at
Cat
third
mouse.
base says, "Come on, come on."
Well, and young player, good opportunity with Elizabeth Morris, I think, coming to bat.
Leading teams replay, Gooley. She had a good cut off it. She wasn't very far away. That one was going to travel if she middled it. This one does. It goes to the right side. Tagged attempt from Hoyle, gets it across to first base. A 1 run will score. Runner to second is safe. Runner from second to third advances. So still 2 runners in scoring positions and an RBI for Morris.
For Morris, but down to their final out. 2 outs on the board. Forrester has got herself into a bit of trouble, but she's got herself out of trouble on each of the occasions.
She's putting the ball into spots where they're not really coming off clean, and I think that's what I'm liking about Ella's pitching is that it's unpredictable. It's a little bit off pace. It sort of drops a bit on you. It's a bit inside, a bit outside. You think, well, what am I going to do? I need to have a crack at one to get this score rolling. So she's making them chase a little bit.
Erin Adams McDonald is the batter. We'll wonder make sure you stand by after the game for an interview with David Muggleton whenever that game ends. And this one slips away. A throw back down. Got her! What a way to end the game. A
Georgia
nice throw
Ballard.
down the line. Georgia Ballard ends the game with a bang. She keeps them with that 4-point margin, and the Angels are going straight to the top of the table. And what a defensive way to end this game in the throw from Ballard down the line.
Hey, that was a fantastic out to finish it. And let's give a little bit of credit to the Blues as they're walking off, because that was a very good game by all.
Well, she hit a home run in the game, so it's very fitting that David Muggleton is with her right now. Dave is with Sophie Roberts on the field.
Thanks, guys. Sophie, you have entered the Cpc Home Run Tally. Only one so far, one behind Georgia, who got a dinger 2 at-bats just before you.
Well,
I should probably have chucked
Good
a question
question,
there.
Dave.
question.
Good question.
How hungry are you for winning that Cpc Home Run Challenge?
well, it didn't feel that great off the bat, but I'm happy that I'm on the board, and hopefully I'll be able to keep doing it for the next 2 games.
Now, you were one of our cross-talent athletes. You also play cricket. I'm curious, which one feels better, hitting a 6 or hitting a dinger?
Hitting a dinger. Haven't hit
There you go. You heard it. Oh, you haven't hit a 6 yet? Well, there you'll get it. Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you very much, Dave. That's a fair answer.
Great
but-
question. Good answer.
So we're going to take a break in a second here, boys, but just final thoughts from that game.
Gee, the Angels just came out on fire, and they just kept running with it. So they threw in a 3rd or 4th string pitcher as well to finish that game to keep Georgia fresh for the second game.
Yeah, I like the batting. Like I said, first game last week, they came out of the blocks real hard and then faded out. They consistent, and I like the fact that they brought Ella in. That's good experience for her, and I like the way she pitches.
Well, it's 4 points for the Angels. They go to the top. They'll have to back it up in just a moment's time. They're going against the Bob Burns Blinds Phoenix. So grab some popcorn, do what you got to do. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Game number 2 of a busy night of fully loaded softball here at Softball HQ in South Australia on beautiful Ghana land. 18 star Ruby Dubrow joining the commentary booth. She was a sensation in the booth last year, so she's back for fully loaded. Ruby, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Before we get to this game, quick update of the Cpc Home Run Tally. A couple in the last game. This is the way that it is looking right now. Georgia Hood, she went deep again. She's got 11 or 12 RBIs in the competition, but 2 home runs. Steph and Amber, they both have 1, and Sophie Roberts joined the tally with 1.
Interesting in that game, Steph Trzynski and Amber Hood both did not play.
Very interesting. The 2 of the home run queens on the board. The standings updated looking like this. The Angels, they have moved into top spot by grabbing all 4 points of the last game. The Thunder jumped down to 7. The Phoenix looking to get on the board. You're completely up to date. It's the Bob Burns Blinds Phoenix. It's the CPC Angels. It's Eric, Ruby, James, and Mark in softball in South Australia.
Yeah, Georgia Hood's going to lead things off as well, leading the CPC Home Run Champion leaderboard. We'll be able to take you through the defensive lineup because we're about to get underway. We can see that Harper Bridley is pitching to Taylor Chillingworth, Bell White at first base, Ruby Fidge at second, Bryony Pearson at third, Gemma Letton at shortstop, and the outfield left to right is Jordan Harris, Abby Jorgensen, and Chloe Zackley. There's a replay of the Steph Trzynski home run from last week.
And there's a look at the tally again, and now we're underway. Georgia Hood sitting on top, 2 home runs, Angels, Phoenix. Let's get this underway. Georgia Hood has had a monstrous tournament so far. She's, Ruby, she's pretty good.
Yeah, quite good. Quite intimidating in the infield. Big hitter. So it'll be good to see what we get here.
Well, do not blink, because I got a funny feeling you will not see this ball ever again.
Well, big challenge for Harper Bridley. We spoke about it last week, about some of these young players playing against these girls that went to the Olympics, that trialled for the Olympic Games. 6 of the players in the competition, Aussie squad members, that change up.
She reaches at 1, and it's just bobbled just that slight bit. They're going to hold the runner. So a runner will score. It'll be Steph Collette touching home, and it is a 1-0 game. It's another RBI. Not as pretty as some of the other ones for Georgia Hood, but they all count the same.
Did I just see Maddie Cameron on the bench in this one?
You have.
A unhappy franchise owner, #1 pick for the team, sitting on your bench.
No, give everybody a run. That's what it's all about. Get everybody in shape for the finals because, well, it's only a couple of weeks away, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, we play 3 rounds, and then the 4th week is the finals. And Ruby, obviously, Thunder resting their star players. We mentioned Amber, we mentioned Steph, you, of course.
Of course.
Rode the pine in the first game. That means you'll get to start the next one, right?
Yes, we'll be. Hopefully setting us up for a good win.
Sophie Hoyle standing into play. Long time veteran of the softball South Australia community, Stars player. She's had some pretty big moments for the state.
Yeah, she can hit a long ball too.
We've said that multiple times now. I'm waiting for her to go long because, to be honest with you, she was one of my picks in the very first season. The West Torrens slugger. I was very happy that she was in the Angels, and she batted quite well in the first season. And come on.
Harper Bridley, the young pitcher, in the circle. This one grounded back towards short. They're going to make a play at home. They get the force out. They get 1. They try to push for 2. It was a heads-up play to get the lead runner. Lots of opportunities to make that out, as we've mentioned a few times. So it's out #1 on the board.
Yeah, good to play the lead runner, save a run. Angels scored plenty last game.
Well, you notice the difference. 6 in the first innings last game, and they've come out with a different lineup again. And have they sort of just taken a step back a little bit here, or are they thinking, all right, well, we'll just mix it up, see what happens, and in the second and third innings we'll change it up? Because they've still got Georgia Hood.
Yep.
To pitch.
Absolutely, yeah. She's still got 2 innings in the bank. Ominous signs for the competition. Neve Adams, I don't think she's 18 years of age yet, and she's swinging the bat hard. We saw her first turn at bat tonight, went to the right side for a single, and that first swing, whoa.
Definitely someone to keep an eye on, yes.
Had a chance to play with Neve Adams before, Ruby?
Only in competition. So, yeah, not on the same team.
Oh, another one.
And she reaches at this. It's floating into center field. It just drops in front. It will score 1.
I think Jorgensen, who's wearing a mask out at center field, was reaching down for it, and the mask came off. Is that mask, or it might be
I think. Visor.
Oh, it's a visor. And the leading team's replay. Let's have a look at it, Ruby. It just dropped short. I thought I saw something come off, and it might have impaired her vision, but it didn't. And the replay that I'm interested in seeing is not Jorgensen just slightly missing it, but Neve Adams. It looked almost looked like she stepped on the plate to reach that outside change-up.
Well, if it was, James, it would have been called out, and the umpiring's been fantastic, so let's just not harp on that, okay?
So a single RBI single to Neve Adams.
Oh,
Sophie
beautiful
Roberts
hit.
puts it out towards center field. It's not going to have the distance, but it's that nice soft spot in between the center fielder and the outfield in front of Jorgensen. They're going to move everybody around, and they are going to score the third run
force
of
out.
the...
Force out at 2.
Force
Did they
out
get
at
a force out
second.
at 2?
Yep.
Neve Adams was tagging up at first. It looked like almost the exact same play as the one before. As we look at the leading team's replay, a pop up to shallow centre field. Jorgensen again. The visor coming off. Right field backing up. Gemma letting Johnny on the spot for the force out.
3 runs, though, on the board. Georgia...
And 2 outs now.
Zoe Benedict.
Come on, Lee.
Zoe Benedictson up to bat?
No, that one's Georgia.
Georgia Ballard.
One to watch here. Big hitter.
She had a great play to end the last game with a nice throw down the line.
Certainly one to put her body on the line for the play. So it's great to watch.
Yeah, she just missed that
Yeah.
foul fly. Oh, we think she might have hurt herself leaning on her arm, or maybe the mask.
I think it was the mask, yeah. Hit her in the forehead.
That would have been a spectacular catch, though. Let's give credit to her, because that was 100% effort.
Just missing it. There she is, Georgia Ballard. And Harper Bridley throwing for the Phoenix. So they've got some good pitchers in their lineup as well, both the Fidge sisters.
And a 3-1 count, Georgia Ballard. 3-0 game. Angels already up early. She swings the
Big
tip
swing.
right in the back of the glove, but second strike brings it to full count. 2 outs.
It almost caught her by surprise, because I think it was 3 in a row that were high, and then you just put one down the tube and you go, oh, that was almost, it was already past her, I think, as she took the swing. And left that one again slightly high, a little bit inside.
It'll load the bases once again for Georgia
Burr.
Burr. Just say Georgia.
Is there a Georgia out there?
So Georgia Burr will follow up. 3 runs so far for the Angels. And she grounds this right towards second. They'll step. Oh, no! She lost the ball in transition. It's going to score 1 run. It's going to
Roberts,
score 2 runs. So a costly error has put 2 runs more on the board for the Angels. That'll push it to a 5-0 game.
She did everything right there. She moved across to her right-hand side, and then just as she went to flick it out the hand, it got away from her, and Gemma Letton...
Still smiling.
Yeah, still smiling. Sophie Roberts taking full toll, scoring from second. Sophie Hoyle scoring from third.
Steph Collette swings at the first pitch. It pops straight up in the air. Trying to track it, got caught up with the umpire, I think.
He's got to have his hand in everything, this umpire, doesn't he?
KT, we saw him umpiring the AP Wylands final on Saturday. Terrific game, Freegon running out victors.
Wowee. That was televised live, wasn't it? We had the link sent through.
PY Media up in the AP Wylands doing the work there. We shared the post, and it's had over 6,500 views already.
Great work.
Collette swings again right towards third. They'll just step on the bag wisely with the force out. But 5 runs, that's a pretty good opening score for the Angels, and they'll put some pressure right away on the Phoenix, who are yet to have a point in the competition. We welcome you back to the commentary booth. Eric Ballnar, Ruby DeBro, who's somewhere hiding behind there is Mark Cramp.
Hello.
Somewhere, and James Harris.
Well, 21 runs in 4 innings for the Angels, so good signs
Wow.
for the franchise owner from CPC, Mark Cramp. So thanks again, Mark. Your 3rd year of involvement, 2nd year for CPC. Getting behind not just softball in South Australia, but a new concept in Fully Loaded. Tell us a little bit about CPC, Mark.
CPC, Commercial Partitions and Carpentry. Look, Mads and I got together a few years ago, and we do all forms of commercial interiors, exterior walls, internal ceilings, linings. Just a couple of guys. I love softball. I've been involved for 30
plus years.
Yeah.
Now, Mads, the Great Dane.
Yeah, the Great Dane. So Mads got on board when I said, look, we're going to get a franchise going. He said, yep, no worries. What's softball? And
his lucky number's number 11,
Number
I believe.
11.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also he knows the Turkelson brothers from out at Hørsholm out in Denmark. But Ruby, we're not going to leave you out of the conversation. Of course, the franchise owners, you must be very grateful that they're putting on this event, paying for everyone to be involved.
Such a fantastic opportunity, especially with COVID, just being able to play and show the rest of the other states that we can still have a great time.
I'm going to get you to call the
big
first batter.
Big batter here.
Bell White up to bat.
Olympian Bell White to you.
Yes, of course.
Talk us through it here, Ruby. Do the call for us.
All right. I'm sure Izzy's feeling very intimidated right now.
That's
Lot of
Izzy
pressure.
Benedictson, pitcher for the Angels.
Oh, hard on you there, Bill.
Izzy Benedictson getting a strike versus the Olympian. How about that? But, but come on.
Being an Olympian, you should have had a crack at that, right?
Ruby Dubrow on the call.
Oh, beautiful hit out to right field. Just foul.
Good place to put it in the corner. It's always going to score a couple of runners when bases are loaded. The runners on base for the Bob Burns Blinds Phoenix is Bryony Pearson, Ruby Fidge and Chloe Zackley.
So did she just push that one out, Ruby, or was she behind in the swing? I think she was a bit slow in her swing
Yeah,
there,
I think so, a bit slow.
Maybe the pace caught her or something.
Maybe.
Maybe she heard me. Sorry, Bill.
Fouls that one off. And Izzy Benedictson ahead in the count. But Bell White has shown her intention.
Good to see some aggression with Izzy in there.
Bye-bye.
Riding the line, we can see it right here. It has landed foul. It hit the fence on the full. So always going to be a tough one, that one. That I'm almost right on the foul line here. And it did. Mark called bye-bye, but didn't look like she got it all from here.
Just faded. Well, it's only 180 feet, Tim. I thought it was gone.
Leading team's replay shows just foul.
That's Pete Fairley on the spot there. Doing a great job. Acacia Vimali out there, umpiring at second base, and Kevin Tannenbrink.
Umpires, they're looking sharp out there, the umpires in these uniforms. I like it. It's dark. You don't see them.
Bell White, the Olympian, at the top of the lineup. Taylor Chillingworth will follow. Then Abby Jorgensen, Jordan Harris, pluck right in the middle with Gemma Letton, Millie Fidge, Bryony Pearson, Ruby Fidge, Chloe Zackley. That is a tough lineup, 1 to 9 for the Phoenix. I'm surprised they have yet to get a point.
Ooh. Sounds like Bell's bat is broken. Or is that the new sound, is it?
The Eastern Ghost. Now, if you haven't seen the announcement that came out today from Eastern, the 2022 Eastern Ghosts have been released. About
Wow.
about $560, but
The sleepless nights you've had waiting for that. It's like the new iPhone 37. And
This one is it towards it. Oh, it was a good diving effort out in the outfield. It's just going to drop in front. It scores 1. It scores 2.
Oh.
Did they get the out of 3? No, they did not. But
Just safe.
Bell White drives in 2 to get the Phoenix on the board. A good diving effort out in the outfield.
Georgia Ballard.
Georgia Ballard just couldn't quite come up with it.
Yeah, Ruby called it before. She'd put the body on the line there. She goes again.
100%.
Just stretching out, laying out for one and just out of reach, but 2-run score off the bottom of the barrel, mind you. So that's the power of the Eastern Ghost right there. That Belinda White's
That's one of
using.
those 50-50 decisions that you've got to make as an outfielder, don't you? You've got to give it 100% and get it, or you've just got to give it sort of go in at 80%, let it bounce, pick it up, score 1 run. Do you know what I mean? So come on, you got to look what's behind you, how far away you are, who's running, who's on base. It's so much to process when you're actually in the midst of making a play.
We'll agree with you on that one come Premier League season, Mark, but we spoke before about these players. We speak to them before the tournament starts to have a crack, lay out for one, try and throw a runner out, maybe diving play, try and hit the dingers, but that's what this tournament's all about. It's all about fun.
For you, I'm pretty sure the Angels haven't won one yet, so I'm pretty keen for them to get it this year. So let's try it up the best way.
Taylor Chillingworth, the batter. She's really
Good eye.
busted onto the scene as one of the elite hitters in the competition. She's going to walk.
Amazing hitter.
She was one of the top 6 or 7 batters, I think, of the year in the Premier League last year. The other 6 that joined her are all Aussie reps.
Yeah, that is impressive.
In elite company. Abby Jorgensen got the war paint on. Is there a couple of them with the orange and black face paint?
I think so.
I like it. Try to get some mojo going.
Matching these fantastic Bob Burns Blinds Phoenix uniform. And Bill Benedictson, coaching on third base, has got the Bob Burns Blinds socks on as well, by the looks of things.
Loves it.
So it's a 5-2 game. Still no outs. Bases still loaded. And Danger Woman Jordan Harris on deck with Abby Jorgensen up to the plate. Lots of stars in this competition. Ruby Dubrow, any player that you were really looking forward to? You saw the team list. You said, yeah, wow, this is awesome. I get to play with them. Who are we talking here?
Oh, I reckon Steph. Big inspiration there. Always putting the effort in, always wanting to get better. Definitely someone I've been inspired by. And I just think playing with the girls that I've played with, like in club, that's always good. Or
this one chopped over towards first. They're going to take a look at the force out at home.
Great aggressive play at first base, Alyssa Gooley.
And Ruby, what about the excitement of sitting with us on the desk? That's probably a highlight as well.
Highlight of my day.
100%.
Very good. Very good.
Good answer.
Ruby joined us last year, and I was speaking to her at the Dragons camp in June, July?
I think so, yeah.
April. Oh, just so long ago, yeah. It was.
So many months in the year. It's hard to keep up.
Oh, a bit low there.
And I said to her, you've
Clips
got
her.
to come back and join us, and she hasn't disappointed so far. So thanks for joining us again, Ruby, as Jordan Harris.
In a blink
hit
of an
by
eye,
pitch.
Jordan Harris on first base. It's probably a good thing because
Almost missed it.
that could have went over.
But the bases are
Home
still
run
loaded,
Harris.
and the Phoenix have 3 runs on the board. They've only recorded the 1 out.
How many runs?
2 runs on the board.
We were talking before, Ruby, about how
3
many
runs
runs
now.
you need
3 on the board.
in an innings to win a game. How many do you think?
In an innings, depends on which inning.
Well, any inning. How many
I
do you need
reckon-
to score an inning out of each 3?
I reckon a solid 5 or 6 would be nice.
That'd be nice. Be good.
Be very nice.
Well, we
Yeah.
saw the Angels do that last
Don't know if
game.
you've watched
Yeah.
the game before. Angels did that.
Gemma Letton up to bat. Ooh, just
Cramped.
gets enough of it, but it's going to be another force out at home.
Oh, he was about to say safe there because
He was.
See the heel come up and it was like a little bit of toe. May
Good
have been-
stretch there.
Yeah, some great defense shown by the CPC Angels. Gemma Letton jammed up a little bit. Steph Collett aggressively comes in, and a good play at the plate from Neve Adams.
Millie
Millie
Fidge. Oh, jinx.
There we go.
Hit hard over towards third, throw across the diamond, and
Oh,
that one
yeah,
just slips
bombed
away.
it.
It's a close play. Safe. It
Oh.
scores a run.
Great hustle from Fidge to beat the throw as Sophie Roberts scooped it up very well from third base, fired across to Gooley, who is playing at first base, but
that's
had to come off the
Claire
Why
base.
did she throw this?
Oh, thank you,
That was
Ruby. That's why you're here.
That's why I'm here.
Ooh, that's
Got your
close.
back.
What'd you see, Mark?
Well, I was going to say, even in
See that
slow
again?
motion, that ball was going fast. How fast did Roberts throw that then? Wowee.
That was a close play at first. Bryony Pearson is batting.
So Jorgensen scored on the play.
Yep.
4th run of the inning. So Phoenix coming straight back into it. Winless so far.
Pointless.
In season 2. Yep, pointless. Loaded bases with 2 out. Bryony Pearson up to bat. Any bat on ball here. There's a chance to score a couple with the speedy Gemma Letton on second.
Big swing there.
Getting after it.
It's a close game.
Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. It's a good strikeout for Izzy Benedictson to end it on the mound, but they do score 4 runs.
Like we said, about par. 4 runs per inning should keep you competitive in the game. So good defense from the CPC Angels with young Izzy Benedictson, one of 3 under-16 state players that are playing in this competition, 1 in each team, giving the opportunity for a couple of young guns, James Harris, Eric Ballard, Ruby DeBro and Mark Cramp joining you. Ruby, you played fully loaded last year. Who'd you play for?
I was with who was I with? Cobras. Cobras, of course. We don't have Cobras this year.
No, CPC in their second year, Angels in their third. We see the Emmsee Thunder, last year's winners, in their third season. Great support from our friends at Emmsee Sportswear and Bob Burns Blinds. They've been keen. They've been keen to be involved, and they've been a great partner of Softball SA for a decade now, in and around the place, helping out with some cloth for some shade, as well as some scoreboards, as well as supporting the Stars women's team, home run fence signage as well. So a great partner, and they were keen to be involved. So they are the Phoenix in year 1.
They look sharp too, the Phoenix. I like it. Good uniform. Comes a very close second to the Angels.
Just a brief hold up. Can't tell you what it is. There's umpire
No runner on first.
Kevin
They
Tannerbring.
didn't have a runner on first base.
No, they
They're
swapped
the
around.
wrong
One
runner.
was at third, and instead of being at first.
Right. Well, it is fully loaded softball, which means that bases start loaded in every inning.
Claire Warburton.
Who's playing first base?
Thanks, Ruby.
Should be hitting for the fence here. Got a great swing on her.
Can she make it?
Yeah,
All right.
sure of it.
Great call from Ruby
Ruby.
DeBro.
She has a swing.
Oh,
she
wow.
has a crack.
Ruby
It is
Hull.
back. It's at the wall, and it's gone just short.
What a great
I
catch.
thought Ruby Hull had that. Oh, I thought she called it.
Chloe Zackley backing back. Long ball to the fence and an RBI.
No one was more surprised than Ruby. Did you see her? When she went, oh my God.
She got all of it. It went opposite field, backing
Wowee.
back Zackley, and took a good catch. Runner at third base who was tagging up has scored on the play. So a run to the Angels.
Beautiful pitch by Harper Brigley there.
If that landed, you would have had to change your name to Hull. And Lee would have adopted you.
That was the biggest shock of my life.
You'd be eating Fritz and sauce sandwiches for lunch.
Imagine if it went over the fence. Ella Forrester
Oh, that
reaches
was-
at one and Galligan. Oh, a big throw across the diamond from Bell White. That slips away. It's going to score 1 run. It's going to score. Oh, it might not. It'll score 2. It will score 2 runs. So the Angels back up by a 4-run margin.
Rush of blood from Belinda White. She had a nice firm ball hit to her, and she thought, I'm going to take a lead runner here. She charged it. As we look at the leading team's replay, and it just out of reach for Bryony Pearson, trying to keep the foot on the base, but 2-run score, the second run.
Looked like it went through a
Steph
webbing.
Collett from first base.
Just shows how quickly the game can change, doesn't it?
Well, especially now a runner in scoring position for Georgia Hood, who
you
spanks
burned
it to
it.
the right side. That is an out they will be relieved to have.
She just stuck the glove out and it stuck. It
Very
was a good
casual.
catch, yeah, from Ruby Fidge at second base. I think she's as surprised as us all. Let's have a look at the leading team's replay. It goes like a rifle shot and takes the catch and then looks for the
Easy
second
as
play.
you like.
Casual.
As easy as you like.
Yeah, it denies Georgia Hood a 25th RBI for the season.
I want you to
For the
get
game. For the day. Sophie Hoyle had a fielder's choice in her first at-bat. 3 runs across the plate for the Angels this inning. And
Oh,
it
that's
might be
fair.
more.
That's
It's
fair. That's fair.
It's going to score the runner from second. It's going to rattle all the way down the foul line. I think that's called the ground rule double, but
Ground rule
without
double.
it going off it didn't bounce over anything, but it's just out of the field to play. So she'll move to second, and the run
you going?
reestablished back at 5.
You're safe. Go to the dugout. Another one.
Oh, did she think it was called foul?
Yeah, or something. I'm not too sure. She still. Do I have to go back?
Just out of reach of the left fielder from the Phoenix to score a couple of runs. Sophie Hoyle swinging a hot stick tonight as well.
That was almost Roger Dawn-esque out at second base there, wasn't it?
Neve Adams.
Ooh.
Went for it.
This Angels lineup are just going for everything.
And a good catch over. Was that a catch or a
In Gray, taking a catch out
You got the
in
replay of that?
foul territory.
play of the game?
Neve Adams back to the plate. It's her second plate appearance. She had a great shot to centre field first up. That one's high. Bounces nicely for Gemma Letton, and that's the third out. So the Bob Burns Blinds Phoenix get out of that one with a 4 spot.
There's your 4 runs.
Yeah, it keeps that 5-run margin. Here's a replay, I think, of the catch on the foul ball by Mr. Gray. Maybe. Hey! So
He'll save that one for sure.
casual as well. Look at the smile on his face. He knows. He knows.
Well, we're halfway through game 2 of week 2, season 3 of Fully Loaded action. And Ruby, you only have to stick around for 3 more outs, and then you can go and warm up for your last game of the evening. And it's the Thunder versus the Phoenix. Now, undefeated coming into tonight, you would have been confident, but bit of a shock to go down to the Angels tonight.
Definitely was. Coming from that high from last week, it just was a bit disappointing, but I reckon that'll just be motivation for the girls to get out there, have a whack, really. Do the best we can.
Looking forward to seeing you out there. Do you know where you're playing?
No, not yet, actually. So warm up and find that one out.
What are kind of the messages and things that the coaches tell you before the game in a format like this?
Yeah, so pretty much because it's such a condensed game, we just want to get those points early, like those runs on the board. So swinging big when it's there and only going for the ones that you know are your strikes.
Probably a bit easier to hold or try to defend the lead than chase one down, I'm guessing?
Yep. Yep.
Are you going to go long? Can you hit a long ball? Tell me.
Well, I did
hit one
last
last year.
season, so hopefully I can back that up.
You know what? You've been at the desk. You've been around one of the biggest hitters I've ever played with. That's me.
Me?
And that's James Harris. I reckon it may rub off on you. You might put one over.
Oh, hopefully.
Ruby, you were in the highlight package when we promoted the CPC Home Run Champion.
Yeah.
Did you see that from last year? Your big home run was...
I didn't actually. Might have to find that one.
Yeah. Let's have a look here. We've got Ruby Fidge up to bat and still Izzy Benedictson on the stripe for the Angels.
I think we've got Manny Cameron in, yeah.
Good. Another good pickup, Ruby. You're doing fantastic for us.
And a big shot out towards right field. It's not going to have the distance. It's going to drop right into the glove. They're going to try to make a tag at home. It's a close play. Throw it third. And it slips away.
That's some great heads-up running there by the Phoenix.
Was that a force out at home?
No,
Sacrifice
It was
fly.
a sacrifice fly.
Yeah, but
No, not a force.
Okay,
Sacrifice.
so
the
out
runner's
was
out.
made. Yeah.
but wasn't the bases loaded?
Yeah, but Ruby's out.
Ruby's out.
Yeah, so she's out, and then she ran home. So
Yep,
does
so it was a
it have to be a
tag.
tag play?
No, it doesn't because it's it was an out. So the
It
ball
does
goes,
have to be a tag play.
That's
It's
what
not
I'm
a force
asking.
play.
Yeah, because the out was made at their first.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So she
righto.
tagged. She did tag. Yeah.
Breaks the force. Ruby.
I'm good.
But she scored a run.
Can't believe you're eating chips in front of me.
Just fouls
All
it off.
yours if you'd
No,
like.
no,
Just
no.
Ruby DeBro eating chips on the broadcast. Welcome.
Yeah, it's very casual.
She's picked up the change. Maddie Cameron came to shortstop. Any other changes there, Ruby?
Her job is done.
Chloe
Good shot.
Zachary. A diving effort in the outfield. She made the out. A fantastic play. She's done it all game long. Put the
Unbelievable.
body on the line, getting big round of applause and a shake of the head
She
in
kept
the
her feet
commentary
this
booth.
time.
Amazing.
Kept her feet this time. Let's look at the leading team's replay. But what made it difficult was that she had to take it on the backhand side, backhand shoestring catch for Georgia Ballard. She's a ball magnet tonight.
Is Georgia Ballard going to be a name that we should all start to know?
Oh, definitely.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Big
High ball, deep ball to the right side. Well read out at right field by Georgia King, taking a good catch and retiring.
Well done.
The Bob Burns Wines Phoenix second inning, only giving up the one.
One run, yeah. Only
great
one run.
defense there.
Wow, so that's going to make the... Wow, I'll tell you what, the Angels are... They're soaring tonight.
Well, they got Georgia Hood still with an inning up her sleeve. Araha Munro yet to make her season debut as well.
Yeah, and Araha Munro has been very good in this format in the past, hasn't she?
Yep. All right, let's let Ruby go so she can have her dinner as we watch Ruby Ballard on another angle take a great catch. You can put your headphones down after you say
thank
goodbye.
you very much.
No worries.
Thanks, Ruby.
Good luck, Ruby. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you.
luck. Back inside the commentary booth. That's Ruby DeBro. She's leaving. Look at her chip she's got. That's her
Taking
dinner.
the chips. She said, "I'm done."
She's out of here. So this is a big defensive inning, I think, for the Phoenix. They absolutely need to probably only allow 1 or 2 runs at a maximum for them to have a realistic shot of getting themselves back in this game and trying to get some points on the board. The Phoenix need to be defensive here.
Yeah, they've gone to their ace as well. Millie Fidge will come in to pitch. They really do need to hold the Angels up. Got to work out for her with Sophie Roberts, the first batter with loaded bases.
And she's already hit a home run tonight, yeah, in this season. She's got 1 home run leader right now. The CPC home run leader is on the Angels. She's already batted this game, though. She hasn't hit a home run this game, Georgia Hood. She did have an RBI earlier in the first inning. She's got 2, but Sophie Roberts, one of the people that can promptly tie that leaderboard right now.
Mark, what are the franchise owners' roles? Do they get around the players that all introduce themselves, or?
Well, I did. Look, I did the last couple of seasons. I was involved for the Angels. Obviously, I was away last week. I did say hello to a couple of the girls. Excuse me, just before. So I'll pop out after this game and I'll just go and say hello. And great win in the first game, and whatever the result is here, I'll either.
This
cry.
one hit hard. It's over towards right field. It's going to just get held up just a little bit. It's going to be a tag over at first. What a throw from right field.
Throw. Very good throw. That was deep too.
Chloe Zackley again out at right field, potentially, possibly. It's a long way for me to see, but sacrifice fly from Sophie Roberts. She got enough of it for Georgia Hood to score from third base. Mark, just back to the roles of the franchise owners. I was going to say, so you go and see them after the game. You say g'day. You introduce yourself to the ones that you don't know.
Yeah.
But what do you do? Do you pull Georgia Hood aside and say, no home runs in that game? You lift your game?
It's a bit disappointing, to be honest with you. I will have a chat to her. And it's. I was going to say, I was thinking, who are our predictions to who?
And a bunt's laid down in the fully loaded competition, and it's a good one.
Safe.
Oh, it's very close.
Great play from Millie Fidge because caught first base player Belinda White on her heels. She had to do the fielding off her own pitching, Millie Fidge. Let's have a look at the leading team's replay. She looks like a big Bengal tiger, doesn't she, in the orange with the black stripes. She gets down there quick, smart, and makes a great play.
Ooh. Georgia Ballard is a complete gamer. She tried that diving catch in the first game at the catcher position. She had that great throw down the line to end the game. She has made that catch out in left field, even dropping down the bunt. I know it wasn't successful, but she's been one of the stars of this day.
Yeah.
So I was just saying before, guys, that I was going to ask. Oh, is that one
slips away? It's going to score a run.
Maddie Cameron flies through. Good wheels on Maddie Cameron there. You can't even have a conversation in this game because there's always something happening. But give me your predictions on who you think will win the home run comp. Well, forget about the table right now.
Steph Trzynski.
Yeah, Trzynski, Hood, White, Cameron, Harris,
I was going to
Robinson.
say that after the way Steph Trzynski hit that ball last week, I thought she's on. Her mechanics are working really good. I was going to say you can put your money on it, and then I'm thinking, well, I did because that's what they're going for.
I'm having some deja vu. Eric and I had this conversation last week before the broadcast, and then we mentioned it at the top of the show. Eric just said, Steph Trzynski, one of the tips to win the CPC home run competition. Bang, home run.
I think it was, yeah.
But you know what I liked about that? It was the mechanics. Everything just looked like it was just right.
Yeah. Yeah, she said it as well. I caught up with her earlier, and she said nothing's gone right like that with the mechanics in and at bat for her before. So she'll be keen to get the bat in her hand. She had the first game of the evening off, and, well, the Thunder dropped a game.
Well...
And a big strike on the side. Gets her to 2 strikes, 11-5. This run is so important to protect. They've scored 2 runs only in the inning. That's okay from the Phoenix. They're going to start with the bases loaded. They really can't afford to allow too much more, so Georgia Burr, a key player. This one just inside.
One down, and
it's a walk.
Oh, one down, one out, sorry. And the Angels are sort of, in my mind, I don't know if they're taking the foot off the accelerator or the fact that they've got their ace out there throwing the ball has really played a little bit of a different mindset with the Angels. They're not going out as aggressive now. They're a little bit more reserved in the box. We don't want that. We want them to go hard at this.
Steph Collett is up to bat. She's got
There we go.
a lot of runs
That's
tonight.
coming to you,
Look
Jim.
out,
That's
look
coming
out,
to you.
Brandon. Producer Brandon. Nope.
Foul ball. Steph Collett isn't holding back there for the Angels. I spoke to her before the game, and she was very confident. She said, 2 wins tonight, James. Promise you that. So they've done half the job so far. Just got to finish off this one. Ice this game against the Phoenix.
Off-speed pitch on Steph Collett. They got runners on first and second right now. A base hit here would really add a crucial insurance marker for the Angels. So Steph Collett trying to do the damage with the bat. Ooh. That one rides inside. That's going to do the trick, though. It scores a run on a ball a little bit too hot to handle. It's the third one
scored?
of the inning.
I was about to say
Georgia Ballard.
Probably
had to come in for the catcher's
player tonight, I think. One of the Georgias.
We might see if we can get David Muggleton to grab Georgia Ballard after the game. She has been all over it. Diving plays behind the plate. Good diving catch out at left field. She scored a bunch of runs.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to know about just her willingness to put the body on the line and why she wants to do that.
Presuming the Angels get up from here, they're 12 runs to 5 up. The runner on third base with Steph Collett up to bat.
Yeah, I mean, there could be a big comeback in the next inning. They do start with bases loaded, so it could be a Phoenix player that we're hearing from. And
we said it before. Anything can happen. You get 6, 7, or 8 runs in innings.
Either way, you won't want to miss the Muggleton minute after the game.
Unbelievable. It's in depth. It's gripping. You're on the edge of your seat.
It's a red hot minute.
You don't know the answer you're going to get.
Sometimes you don't even know the question. Is this one's hit hard over towards the first, and it's just going to score another run. So Steph Collett in her at bat, 2 runs across the plate, just one off a pretty hard hit over to right field. So it scores a run.
Yeah, leading team's replay. It went off the middle of the bat so hard. I think Ruby felt that she had it, but she just saw it go under the glove, and another run scores for the Angels.
Systematic for the Angels all night. They've in their 6 innings of at the plate so far, they've gone 6 runs, 6 runs, 4 runs, 5 runs, 4 runs, and this is their 4th run of the inning here. That's very systematic. It's the 4 runs. The Angels have scored a minimum of 4 runs every one of their innings.
It's exactly what they needed to do. Like I said, they came out of the box fast and then slowed off last week. So this is fantastic to watch. Everybody's swinging the bat though, aren't they? From 1 to 9, and then even the bench people that are rotating through. Everyone's aggressive. I'm loving it.
Claire Warburton. So Ruby DeBro, who joined us earlier tonight, said that she might put one deep here. And she did so. It was a sacrifice fly from memory, was it? She put it deep to the fence and scored a run. She's battling a different pitcher, though, at the moment, Millie Fidge, one of the young superstars of our game.
This would be the pitcher to do it off, though, Jim, because Millie Fidge is throwing some good heat. If you connect well, it's going to go.
Swings through it, so Millie Fidge gets the strikeout. 4 runs on the board for the Angels, so the Phoenix have an 8-run total to chase down. They just need 4 runs, however, to get their first point of the season, which I guess you got to start somewhere, so let's start there for the Phoenix.
Yeah, and importantly, I'll just refer to my notes that if you can keep the losing margin to 4 runs or under, you do pick up a point in the losing team, which is what the Phoenix are yet to have been able to do. And we can see actually one of their coaches walking past us now, Dan Peterson. Obviously, he's had a big role to play with the Phoenix as he's steel-eyed there as he
Very steely-eyed,
as
wasn't
he
he?
moves up to first base box. I thought we might grab his attention, but...
Almost had a little bit
mission.
of swagger.
Big pitching change, by the way, for the Angels. coming back out into the circle. She pitched the
that.
first 3 batters of the game. It was a 1-2-3 inning in the first game.
Well,
Georgia Hood.
The
is
Angels
back
are
in.
obviously trying to consolidate that top spot. There's Dan Peterson on screen, one of the open men's players. True gentleman of our sport, by the way. He looks like a thug, but
100%. Plays like a thug too.
he's a legend, Dan Peterson. Yeah, but Angels just trying to consolidate that top spot on the ladder here with a plus 5-run lead.
But crucially, though, look at this lineup. They got to face Taylor Chillingworth, Abby Jorgensen, Jordan Harris, and then if they can get through that, then Gemma Lett and Millie Fidge follow. They have 5 batters here, the Phoenix, that this is probably a good part of the lineup to really accumulate. That was the word I was looking for. Accumulate the runs.
But they brought Georgia back in at the right time. Look, against that lineup, right?
Taylor Chillingworth.
Chillingworth goes after that first one.
She can swing it with the best of them. We talked about that in her last at-bat. Just a statistical freak when it comes to the game of softball in the competition in South Australia last year.
And Georgia will be aware of how good a batter she is because she faces her in the Premier League and knows, what damage she can do. So she'll try and pitch around her. So you saw that first one, Georgia probably thought, I'll get a cheeky strike here to start with. And then Chillingworth went, well, no, you're not. I'll have a crack at it. And then that next one was high, right? So it's a bit of cat and mouse. Oh, great pitch.
Just rode up inside. There's not much you can do with that.
Maddie Cameron back to shortstop as well. We saw a fair bit of that in her junior years. And then she became one of the best, if not the best, outfielder in the country. Out at centre field, she's got a terrific arm. She hit that ridiculous 650 season last year.
I'll say it. She was robbed of a spot. But anyway, that's opinion.
Well, Mark, I'll give the benefit of the doubt to the selectors because she chose not to go to the Olympic selection camp and instead got herself a full-time job. So just out of university last year, and so obviously career is important as well. Then
let me stipulate the future then of maybe an Australian spot because as this one's grounded at third.
Great play from Sophie Roberts. And to get the force out at home. So 1 batter, 1 out, no runs scored. So Angels doing everything right at the moment. Mark, just last point on that, on Maddie Cameron. Maybe she was robbed of a spot in the Olympic qualifier.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, mate. Sorry. My apologies to everybody else. And
but that's our bias, South Australian opinion.
Well, 100%. 100%. I'm not going to go, I'm so glad that everybody else made it. I wanted our hometown players, as many as possible, in there. And we are breeding some very good talent down here. And Softball SA is doing a fantastic job from the Dragons program all the way through to the development squads. And
one of these up-and-comers that can really fly around the bases is Abby Jorgensen, who's up to bat right now. She'll put pressure on you if she gets aboard.
Loaded bases. Bell White's on second. Taylor Chillingworth on first.
And they need runs. They need 4 to start to get that 1 point, but Georgia Hood is hard to get any kind of contact off of right now.
I think that's where you'd prefer to have Bell White out there at second base, wouldn't you? Right away from any of the lineup for the next 3 or 4 or 5 batters. Oh, yes, she did.
Well, second quick out. So 2 batters and 2 outs, denying Bob Burns Blinds Phoenix. Jordan Harris will come up for the last out, a last chance for the Phoenix. Chloe Zackley's the runner on third. So great defense this inning from the Angels.
Harris needs to put some runs on the board for the Phoenix, or it's another goose egg for it. She goes after the first pitch, but it's in awkward territory. Roberts underneath it, and it's another 4-point game for the Angels. 8 points total on the night.
As Georgia.
The Angels sweep the evening, and they win this one 13-5. What a performance by them tonight.
The powerhouse evening tonight for the Angels, and looks like we've got David Muggleton down on the diamond with that superstar we were talking about earlier, Georgia Ballard.
Don't forget to prep them first.
Are we live?
We're live.
Hey guys, I'm here with Georgia Ballard. Now, Georgia, you have very comfortably fit into the slot of commentators' favourite, I think, throughout the course of this game. Are you having fun out there?
Oh, so much fun. It's really good.
Now, out of everyone who's playing, you seem to have laid out quite a bit so far. You had the big catch on the outfield. What's going through your head when it's just a pre-season comp, but you're putting your body out on the line?
Oh, just having fun and just laying out for everything to stop the runs.
Now, Angels are looking pretty good. Are you starting to think ahead in 2 weeks' time, thinking about that gold medal match?
Oh yeah, definitely.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Well, good for Georgia. It's not easy doing those pre-game or those post-game interviews, especially when you're a young player, and that's got to be a bit nerve-wracking. It's one thing to go out there and play the sport you're used to. That'd be something unfamiliar, so good for her for getting out there on the camera.
Yep, 13-5, CPC Angels over the Bob Burns Blinds Phoenix. We'll be back for game number 3. It will be the Phoenix versus the Thunder. We'll be right back.
Eric Ballard, James Harris, the ghost of Mark Cramp sitting down there, and Sophie Hoyle, member of the Angels. Just back-to-back winners tonight, just casually from the Angels tonight in the first 2 games.
I know, we really came out and put on a show tonight.
You really did.
I liked it. Last week we were a bit quiet, didn't get in the feel of each other, and this week came out absolutely fire, and I loved it.
Just slashing it out there.
Yeah, you've got a very happy franchise owner right next to you in
welcome, buddy.
Mark. But you're right, Soph. Last week, the Angels sort of took their time getting the ball rolling, didn't they? But they still managed to pick up 5 points, and now tonight.
And yeah, that changes the standings big time, because you came in there in second place, and now take a look at these standings that are about to pop up in front of your screen. The Angels.
Oh, look at that. How good's that?
13 points. I mean, it's not necessarily meaning you're going to finish first place today. I guess if the Thunder win by 20 plus, that would put them in front. But that's a pretty good effort from the Angels after dropping the first, coming back 3 on the trot.
Yeah, feeling good. Yeah, like I said, we're just learning each other. There's a lot of young girls out there, but I don't know how we aren't, because we've got about 17 Georges, 4 Sophies, 50, 100 other girls.
That hasn't caused any confusion on this desk at all.
And just by the way, Soph, Mark will get angry that you're taking up his screen time.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm relaxed.
Sorry,
I said,
mate.
hey, the slugger can take it. No dramas at all.
Now, I apologize for the awkward wording of this question, but there's a lot of dynamics that are happening in these fully loaded games. Is it more about putting the runs on the board or keeping the runs off?
I play to put the runs on the board. So when I'm outfielding, I was like, I'm just doing the most ridiculous out I can get, because that's the point of it, to have some fun and try some new things.
I did see the attempted tag at 2 there. It was more of a pirouette. Let's see if I can get the one out at first.
So actually you have to have the ball in the glove. So I had the other 2, but I said to the umpire out there, I said, if I had the ball in the other glove, I'd missed her anyway. I said, would you have called it? He's like, nah. I was like, oh, no, well.
The fundamentals of softball apply still in this format.
Game 3 tonight, Phoenix versus the Thunder. So both fell victims to the Angels tonight. Soph, just come out firing both games. 6 in the first, 6 in the second, 4 in the third. Took us, what were the other 3 innings, Eric? 5?
Yeah, it was 5, 4, 4. It was just a big inning. 4 every inning at least. Wow, Millie Fidge just unloaded.
Well, it started off with the big Georgia Hood. Can't go wrong when she's laid off and hits a grand slam, can you?
I was just over there talking to her. That's why I was late, and my apologies, but we were just having a bit of a chin wag about that.
Did she turn herself up a little bit?
Well, she said she's feeling fresh, and I said, whoa, look out Premier League, because she's feeling good.
I was behind her, and I was like, God, you're throwing some gas here, George. I've never seen you throw so hard and accurate. Gosh.
Well, it's a heavyweight matchup to start this game. You've got Millie Fidge standing in the circle. She'll dish one off to Chelsea Robinson. The Phoenix really desperately need some points in this game. The Thunder, they lost their last game. They're looking to get back in the win column. This is a good matchup and a pretty good leadoff hitter to start things off.
Yeah, I think, is it Chelsea?
Yeah. Chelsea.
Yeah, the best thing about Chelsea is she's a right side hitter, which is perfect for this kind of environment.
Hard there, I think. She
on
left
on the outside edge. Robinson in the leadoff spot. Trzynski is in the home run leaders for the competition, batting 3rd, but the interesting ones.
Oh, look at that.
Smashed it.
It's going to score 1, maybe 2. It's a play at the plate. They got the runner.
Oh,
got her
wow.
So much happening yet again. It was just off the glove of Peyton Daniels at 3rd base, so hit like a rocket. Chelsea Robinson, she'll stand up at 2nd. Let's have a look at the leading team's replay. It'll scream past Peyton Daniels. Runner from 3rd, Amber Hood, will score. The runner from 2nd.
What's the throw to 2 here, Jim?
Is Ruby DeBro. She took it on, and Belle White tried to lace one out there to 2nd base. Aggressive hitting, Charlie's Callahan. This one's rolling and spinning into foul territory. We can take a quick breath.
Pretty good throw, though, from Taylor Chillingworth out in left field.
That was a laser home. Perfect throw.
Had to be on the money, and it absolutely was. So it takes a run off the board.
And good job by 2nd base, whoever that is, to be ready for Bell, because you never know what she's thinking, and that throw is lethal.
Jorgensen.
that throw was lethal.
Did you see that the one that going to 3rd last game, that Bell threw from 1st base?
I would have ran the other way if that was me. So good
I
on
asked,
her.
did it go through the webbing, because it just rocketed over there and then ended up in left field.
Charlie's Callahan rips through that one. It's a 2nd strike.
Yeah, so quickly go back to the play out at left field from Chillingworth. Got the out at the plate. That was Ruby DeBro trying to take 2 bases on that single to left field.
This one hit over towards short. It was a diving play, a good effort, not quite enough. It's going to score a run. So Gemma Letton was laying out trying to make the play, but it does score another run.
And here we go. On deck, the big home run hitter.
So 2 great shots for the Thunder to open the account. 2 singles to left field, 2 RBIs. Runner is on third and first.
Steph Trzynski hit a long ball in the second at-bat of the competition last week. She was not in the lineup in the first game today, but she's right back in it, batting third, runner on first and second. She's already got one of the home runs, so she's on the leaderboard. She just misses on this one. It's going into foul territory. Peyton Daniels gets the out, and I think the Phoenix will breathe a sigh of relief after that.
Still a very good swing there. I think she just got caught up, just tied up a little bit. That swing was still there. Did you watch her? Or not?
Yeah, here we are on the leading team's replay. Just jammed her a little bit.
Jammed.
It was a good cut.
Yeah, just jammed. That's all. It was a good spot.
That's what I was going to say. Even when she misses, she still swings really good.
Open base for Callahan as we saw the 2 pivot players break to the corners, leaving second base wide open, and she will stand up, gets a stolen base off Belinda White.
Abby Kennedy up to bat. Just 2 runs so far. That'd be a big result, and that's a good pitch from Millie Fidge. Yeah, allowing just the 2 would be just the start that the Phoenix need. Had a little bit of help from the defense. Got Steph Trzynski out.
That's an unorthodox swing here for it's a little step and then plants a step and then swings. It's like little step. Is it required, or is it just like one of your
Timing,
routine
maybe.
sort of things? Like normally you pick up plant swing, but that's up, down, and then swing.
But a big strikeout from Fidge. So just 2 runs across the plate for the Thunder. That's a great start for the Phoenix, who are going to have Belle White to lead things off. As we welcome you back in the commentary booth, Eric Ballnar, James Harris, the wonderful Sophie Hoyle, and Mark Cramp.
The other guy.
The other guy.
The other guy, yeah. Great aggressive start from the Thunder, because that's what was lacking from them in the earlier game when they got blown out of the water from the Angels and Sophie Hoyle, of course. And they come up firing, but the defense of the Phoenix is what stood out to me in that inning, because after those 2 hits, they just went bang, 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 couple of quick outs, and now they're in the dugout with a chance to take the lead off 1 swing.
And even on one of the hits, it was the throw out at home from Taylor Chillingworth out in left field to make the play at home to get the first out of the inning that really got the ball rolling.
So they got the talent, the Phoenix. They just haven't been able to get the formula right so far to get a point on the board. Over to you, Mark and Soph. What do you think?
Well, I couldn't agree with you anymore, to be honest with you. I was just watching Steph as she walks out. Interesting to see the field placement here. If you were looking and batting against this particular layout, Steph, would you be going aggressive? Would you be trying to slap it out? I noticed you guys were just sort of using the pace into forearms earlier in the game.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do with Steph. Like, no matter what you do, she's probably going to beat you. So you just got to do your best and put your barrel out and see where it goes, because she's just that good. So.
Well, one of George's hits was just forearm just out like that, right? It was just push out like that, and it worked out to the right side.
I think the advantage that batters have in this style of competition is you just go up swinging. It's not too much strategy. It's just go out, have fun, have good cuts, and that's why it works with pitchers like Steph when you get good hits, good contact.
James, I've got a question for you, and it's going to be based off of something we just see on screen there. And the question for you is, are you okay?
Are you okay day to day? And just have a chat with your friends, your teammates, your work colleagues, because you never know how they are feeling unless you ask them, are you okay? Have a look at the not headband, what do you call it? Scrunchie that Steph Trzynski is wearing. You can tell that I'm not a father.
James pretends that he doesn't know what they are. I love it. It's cute.
Well, this is a heavyweight matchup. Steph Trzynski versus Belle White. And Belle White goes after the first pitch. It is hit 7 miles into the air. It's tough to play.
Infield fly called, and she's running home.
Well, the runner runs at their own risk there, so Gemma Letton
smiling.
Is that a sacrifice fly?
That's a sacrifice infield fly.
Yeah, she's got wheels, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, that was very high.
I like how cool Amber played it as well. It's like infield fly. All right, I don't have to go for it.
And then it was just sheer panic.
Just a look of dread.
1 out and one run off 1 pitch. Taylor Chillingworth up to bat. It was a mouth-watering
Sounds like a mouthful.
Oh, my goodness.
matchup as we have a look at another look at Amber Hood just letting that one drop in.
Letting that drop in.
It was Trzynski versus White with Robinson behind the plate. Jeez.
Mouth-watering.
Green and gold all over the place.
That was mouth-watering, wasn't it?
Well, Taylor Chillingworth, we talked about it last broadcast, how she's kind of cemented herself after a great Premier League season last year
Good
as one of the
pitch.
best hitters in the competition. Sophie, when you saw Taylor's number last year and really she was rising up the ranks all last season, did it surprise you at all? Or do you guys look at her as that premier player now?
Oh, absolutely. Like some of the kids coming through these days just blowing my mind with how much they have advanced in their skills, and she's one of them for sure. Just super consistent for Port and just does all the right things for them, so she's really good.
Swings through that one, and it is the second out of the inning. So the one run has scored using Gemma Letton's wheels on the sacrifice infield fly. That's a classic softball play.
Yep.
Just as they teach you.
It's one of those ones
Good
where
tactics.
everyone looks around and they're like, what just happened?
We've seen two batters and a run scored, nearly a pick-up there at first base on the replay. Good camera angle from our team at Space Base Sports, and there Abby Jorgensen just fouls one off. It's a bit harsh on the Phoenix, who are yet to register a point on the ladder, and they have to come up and face the reigning Kath Coral medalist in Steph Trzynski.
Abby Jorgensen, the batter. Jordan Harris waiting on deck. We'll see if she can get a turn at bat in this inning. See if Jorgensen can at least tie the game.
Now, just to touch on Steph just quickly, 8 batters she pitched to in 2 innings last week, 5 strikeouts.
She's got one tonight already. And the infield fly on Belle White, which I'm sure she'll gladly take. And she's got another to her name, a big inning from Steph Trzynski. It's a big pitching matchup, too. Steph Trzynski versus Georgia Hood. And it is a 2-1 game in a competition that encourages runs. It's a low-scoring affair after 1 inning here at Softball HQ on beautiful Ghana land.
Yeah, 2-1. So good base running from Gemma Letton to keep the Phoenix in the game. They needed the strong defense. They're going to need it again this inning.
Absolutely.
Jade Peterson, Michaela Yankovic, and Amber Hood are due up. Now, it doesn't necessarily guarantee you even get to Amber Hood just because there are opportunities to get some outs. We've seen a couple double plays already in this competition.
Potential triple play already. So the inning could go 1 pitch, but we haven't seen that happen yet. I doubt we'll see it. The interesting one for me to see Amber Hood, I was going to make mention of this earlier in the game, but the action is just fast and furious here in fully loaded softball, is that Amber's batting, 6, 7 in the lineup for the Thunder, and she hit that towering home run last week.
I actually don't mind that strategy, though, just from looking at how some of the games have played out, right? You have your big bats at the start. Normally, you're getting 5-6 batters up per inning. So if there was going by the book, you'd think Amber would be coming up maybe even to lead off this inning. It's just another big bat to start the inning, but didn't work out that way. They only brought 4 batters to the plate in the first inning. Jade Peterson.
Yeah, back with Harper Bridley as well.
Harper Bridley.
Pitching for the Phoenix, and Millie Fidge went across to first. So she's thrown 2 for the night, Millie. So she's still got another one up her sleeve. This is Harper's 3rd?
She pitched 2. I think she pitched 2 the last game, didn't she?
Yeah, she pitched 2.
So what's the idea of taking Millie Fidge out? She's only got 1 left, right? Why wouldn't you leave her in while she had the first innings, second innings, and then maybe bring a change of pace in if they've got it? Or you're thinking that if they save Millie for trying to shut out in the last innings, is that what's going to happen? Or
what about you, Soph? What's your insight from a team or player perspective, and then I might give my point of view if you're wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm clearly not a coach, but in this game, that strategy doesn't seem logical to me, but I'd probably leave Millie in. She was doing a good job. And
held them to 2, and they were on top of the ladder going in, so they can hit. So I would have kept them maybe to 3 or 4.
So I'll have a go. I reckon pitching by committee, just switching it around a little bit. The team's not settling in on, all right, Millie Fidge throws hard and down and she's got that change up or she's got that rise ball. Now you've got to adjust again for a Harper Bridley. So this game moves so quickly, it's hard to get settled in when you're looking at someone different every inning.
That's right.
I think you overanalyzed it.
Sounded good to me.
Yeah.
Peterson, bat on shoulder.
It's a good crack at this. It's over towards letting the throw home just in time.
We've seen some great defence tonight. The infielders playing home on the force. Sophie, is that talked about in the dugout?
No, not so much in the dugout. It's more so just on the field, just talking to each other, making sure we know where we're going and what the best play is. So I like it. I like everyone being aggressive, getting that runner at home. It's good.
Can I ask a silly question here, because I probably should know this? Just then on the force home, the bat was laying about a foot off home plate. If you slide, because it was a force home, right? Running home, you hit the bat, and the bat comes up and causes a distraction or whatever. Is that an out? What happens there?
I don't think so.
Like, just say the bat hits the ball or hits the player or whatever. The bat was just laying there.
Yeah, I think it'll just hurt the player that slides into it.
So maybe wherever the bat hits off
or
the
if you kick, if you're sliding it, you kick the bat.
You're never going to know as a batter, are you? Like
No.
you can leave the bat there, or you can do a Matty Cameron
I
and
was just about to say.
throw it into the next
Doesn't
suburb.
she throw it hard? Well, who was the one that hit the home run tonight and had the bat flip like you wouldn't believe?
Sophie Roberts.
Sophie Roberts. It was a big bat flip.
I rate that.
I like it. It's a good celebration.
You can do it in this. I wouldn't be doing it in the other league. That'd call for something.
You can
not nice
also
to happen.
drape a cape and a
You may get a high
inside.
inside.
Hammer in this league, apparently, as Michaela Yankovic says.
Yeah, you touch home plate with a hammer. I noticed that last week.
But she didn't actually touch home plate, if you also noticed that.
Oh, just with the hammer.
Just with
No,
the
that
hammer.
doesn't-
Didn't she
that
walk
doesn't
off? I thought I heard you comment that. I thought she must have walked over it at the end or something. Because I was like,
She fell down, I think.
And it's a walk, so it's going to bring in a run. So the Thunder will extend their lead, and someone that's already hit a home run in the competition, and Amber Hood.
got danger here.
Big danger. Sophie Hoyle, what's the scouting report on Amber Hood?
Well, I think this answers our question from before, because now she's got loaded bases. I don't think there's any out yet either, so
Yep,
One out at
just
the
one
plate.
out, yep.
that was the one for her, though. She should have hit that
Never
one.
see that again, ever.
Well, that was the first pitch she's faced all night because she sat the first game off. So
Oh, we'll give her a break then.
Oh, really?
getting a cider.
Hood again.
Oh, she's keen though. That bat nearly come off the.
Or was that the first one? Yeah, she's hit one home run already in the competition, and that is why, for a moment like this, why you pop her down in the middle of the bottom half of the lineup.
Oh.
That's one that is close as well, but she won't. She won't want to be outdone by her sister as well. Baby sister Georgia Hood, smashing another one over the fence tonight.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens when we get home.
That's there too.
And she struck out.
No.
Oh, dear.
Just an ODR from
Yeah,
Sophie Hoyle.
We'll just keep talking about the home run from last week.
Did you see that home run last week? That was
Yeah,
amazing.
It was a
on the
great home
field.
run,
I was at second. I didn't even turn around.
Harper Bridley, look at the steel in her eye. She's just struck out one of the superstars. She was a former junior Aussie Spirit player as well, Amber Hood, at a Women's Junior World Series. So big scalp for her.
Well, let's rewind the clock a little bit to the last game when we had this young lady in the commentary booth with us, Ruby DeBro. She said something cool's going to happen in this game.
I told her she'll put one over. You watch this. That was the one.
Oh, he didn't even. Oh,
Must have been inside.
Yeah, clearly.
Probably, yeah. So good call from umpire Ian Gray as Harper Bridley
Jeez.
is really getting her
Looked good.
spots tonight.
That looked good, though, from here, didn't it? No wonder I couldn't bat.
She is going hard, Ruby.
She knows the cameras are on.
Yeah, Sophie, if you get a chance to watch the coverage back, listen out for Ruby DeBro. She was absolutely sensational on the mic.
oh, good to hear.
16
Lazy
years old.
450 batting average.
Hard hit down towards third. She'll step on the bag. She'll get the out. Just the one run allowed from the Phoenix. Harper Bridley.
Oh, I love it. They got the costume on ready for a home run celebration, too.
Did they?
Look, Thor's coming out with the hammer. Loving it.
Erin Adams McDonald making herself look good for the camera. And, well, isn't this completely different, this game, compared to the other two games that we saw tonight? The Angels putting on 157 runs in their first two games. And
Dominate.
winning
That's off
both
2 swings.
games. Yep.
2 swings.
And
It's hard to come back with that great show of softball, but
4 points in each game that they played tonight to take them to top spot.
Let's play a quick prediction game here because, again, it's a nice matchup to start this next inning. Steph Drzezinski pitching. You got Chelsea Robinson catching. You have Jordan Harris, one of the stars of the game, at the plate. What's going to happen, James?
Well, I would say that these two are pretty good friends. I think Steph will throw a change-up first pitch.
You reckon
to
she'll
Jordan.
thumb it in
What do
there?
you think? Outcome of this? It's going to be what's going to happen?
oh, they are friends and we have a bit of banter, but Steph's not going to let her.
Oh, no way in the world.
No way.
I think Jordy's going to go deep here.
That'd be amazing. I won't be able to control what comes out of my mouth if that happens.
Low for a ball.
Producer Brandon, get the beep button
Yeah, I
ready,
reckon I've been
please.
beeped out a couple of times. Don't
No,
worry.
my favourite thing to say to Geordie to pump her up is to elevate and celebrate, and she usually does it. So
Here's Harris.
It's been a quiet off-season for Georgie, and she had a quiet word with me about it, that she's just feeling it a little bit in the box. She'll hate me for saying it, but
oh, my God. You just hung out to dry.
I hope she doesn't watch this
She's
one
been
back.
swinging very, very well. I was just talking to Steph before about Steph's mechanics. George's mechanics is there. She just needs to connect to one and it'll go.
Swings through that. Drzezinski's already racked up a bunch of strikeouts, and this is her 4th inning of work in the competition so far.
No, you know Geordie's going to go yard when she lifts her knee up to her chest. That's when she's going hard.
big leg kick.
The big leg kick. Good adjustment there.
We're getting attacked by moths. It was mozzies at the start of the night. Now it's
Yeah.
moths.
The moths are eating them. That's why they're getting so big.
Or the mosquitoes eating the moths by the look of the size of the
why
mosquitoes.
The
yeah.
moths are running away.
Yeah.
There's Steph Drzezinski on camera.
Come on, George.
High for a ball, and well, they might be good friends, these two, but there's no holding back. Chelsea Robinson as well behind the plate.
Chelsea
knowing
Robinson
to-
will call high on your chin
Yeah.
just to say, "I don't forget I'm still here."
It's great to watch. I think my favourite thing is they're both on my team.
Yep, as this hit down the line, just called foul. Yeah, it makes life. You don't have to face him at West Torrens. You can,
No. I've played with Steph my whole softball career. I've never faced her. How's that?
really? You've
Well,
never faced
maybe
her.
There's an
change
easy
from
way not
Donnell,
to get
yeah.
I
K'd by
know,
her.
very easy. Well, I always say to her, I won't put you over if I don't face you. So but we all know that's
Well,
not gonna
maybe
happen.
we'll get a matchup next week in the fully loaded competition,
We'll see. That'll be funny.
because it might be the only time you go against each other as Harris swings through that. So it's another strikeout for Steph Drzezinski. But yeah, then it's just who has the last laugh. You go over once, you just got to make sure you're never facing her ever,
I
so you
know.
have it over her head for the rest of your life.
I know.
Peyton Daniels, another good up-and-coming player in the state, really made her mark, especially in the final series last year in South Australia. Swings through that.
Oh, that's
got her.
out. Oh.
Robinson had to go around the corner there as Peyton Daniels swung through that one and in a follow-through.
Was it a set-up play? Because Chelsea Robinson was up and out real quick.
Big
Daniels
swings.
chases again.
Well, I reckon, speaking of the finals last year, the Phoenix have looked back at the replay of the game, West Orange versus Hills Heat, and looked at the formula. How did Lauren Christensen do it? Well, she just swung hard.
She had 4, didn't she?
4 hits, yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'm not commenting on
Put
this.
it into the outfield and hope.
Yeah.
But Drzezinski right on top of her game here in weeks 1 and 2 of the fully loaded softball competition. She's already up over half a dozen strikeouts for the competition. Change up, just got away from her a little.
Millie Fidge standing on deck. 2 pretty good bats right here to try to drive home some runs. Just 1 hit should tie this game up in a low-scoring affair. And another one from Steph Trzynski. That's her 4th of the game. It's
Dirty.
her 4th in a
A little
row.
bit of camera time there.
It's
for
the
the
9th of the
umpire.
season.
9th of the season. You want the formula to keep runs off the board in a fully loaded competition? It's
Put
the
Steph
person on the
Trzynski.
screen right there. It's just Steph Trzynski. Strikeout pitcher bodes well when there's a lot of runners on board, and you just need a good catcher to make sure there's nothing that slips behind.
I was just going to say that. Behind every good
she
pitcher is a
didn't-
great catcher.
She didn't face the lineup from the Angels tonight, who were all swinging the bat and swinging it well. So that would have been a very good competition. Just thought I'd put that in there for you. You're getting bullied down this end of the table.
Oh, your team won 2 games tonight. You got 8 points.
Wow.
Now, a big thanks to Mark Cramp, the franchise owner of the Angels from CPC.
Big shout out to Mass too, if he's watching at home.
How do we get in touch with CPC if we ever need anything done?
We've got a website with a couple of details on it there, or you can call Softball SA and they'll hand out my information.
Millie Fidge up in the air. Jade Peterson.
Or you can call 0466 029 938, 43 Vine Street in McGill.
What work can they do, Mark? Big developments or small little lounge room?
Mate, we've done everything from a 56-room nursing home to high schools. We're doing a high school, Mount Barker Primary School, 2-story building, whatever. We'll have a crack at it for you. We'll have a look.
Millie Fidge engaged in a battle with Steph Trzynski. This will be her final out of the evening. This is her 2nd inning of the game. That is the maximum, and it's hit hard up the middle, and that's just what the Phoenix needed. They've scored 1. They were thinking about 2. They'll keep the bases
That's
loaded.
a throw.
Yeah, great play
Is
out
that
at centre
Chillingworth?
field from... No, they'll reckon that's Amelia Dolphin out at centre field for the Thunder.
I reckon you'd be right.
Yep, she had an injured last season and came through about halfway through, but she looks fresh this year. But have a look at that shot from Millie Fidge, an RBI single, and the Phoenix put another run on the board.
So they cut the lead in half, so it's now a 1-run margin for the Thunder. Gemma Letton, she scored, remember, back in the 1st inning on that infield fly, that heads-up play. She's made a couple nice plays over at short.
Not going to be Chillingworth. She's in the batting team.
Yeah, it would be, well, you never know. We've seen some pretty crazy things that have happened.
What is she doing out there? Oh,
An edge down through gully.
It's gone for 4. 6-2 game, Phoenix, but here we go. Gemma Letton, always smiling.
Always smiling. Has fun with it.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
I don't think Dan Peterson's too happy with the cameraman standing in his spot.
Third strikeout.
Yeah, Steph
Wow.
Look at
Trzynski.
Steph just
There
walk
we
off
go.
like that.
Yeah.
Look how good I am.
But 3-2.
5 in a row.
She's so good. She's so good.
She faced 6 batters for 5 strikeouts. The only one not to get struck out was Bell White, and that was an infield
They're
fly.
punching the hammer. I'm loving it.
How can you beat a team when your pitcher is so dominant like that?
How can you beat a team that has a hammer?
Yeah, 100%.
It's just Steph.
Unfair.
So Steph just, what is it now, 10 strikeouts in her 4 innings of work in the competition, and allowing none of those runs would be earned runs because it's, she starts with inherited runners, but the one run that she allowed in the 1st inning was off an infield fly because the base is loaded, and the other run was just tip your cap to Millie Fidge, who just went right up the middle. It's going to be hard to hit a long ball off of Steph Trzynski. So how do you approach a Steph Trzynski? I know you've never faced her before, so maybe you're not the best person to ask because you just, that constant thing of like, it's sometimes you've got to face your problems head on. You've just avoided it completely. But how would you approach it?
I think I would just go with the mindset, just getting on her early. Like she's usually a first pitch strike.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. So just
Hey, let's not give too much away, right?
Spacequake shows all that, James. So everyone does their scouting, but you still can't beat her. So.
Here we go, Jim, Ruby. We backed her tonight.
So Millie Fidge is back in the game. Now, they maybe just took her out because she knows that the top of the lineup's coming again with Chelsea Robinson, Charlize Callahan, Steph Trzynski. Amelia Dolphin will lead things off, but it was Harper Bridley that went through the middle part of the lineup. So Millie Fidge has to keep a few runs off the board here, and then they're going to get a chance to go against a pitcher not named Steph Trzynski, which no disrespect to any other pitcher in the state, but I think you'll gladly take any pitcher not named Steph Trzynski. This one slips away. Good job covering that. No run scored.
So Amelia Dolphin, what has she done tonight, guys?
She's playing in the outfield. She was the one that had that great throw.
Oh, that took it off Chillingworth.
Yeah, it's been a low-scoring game, so her first plate appearance.
Hogging the ball. Oh, good cut.
Great swing.
Good pitch from Millie Fidge.
That was a good swing.
Ruby DeBro on first, Amber Hood on second.
Oh, that hurts so much. You can't do anything about it because you're already in the mindset of like.
Yes, yes, no.
Yes, yes, no, oh no.
Yeah. Oh dear.
And then you come.
Back with that.
Yeah.
That's good talent by Millie, but better calling by Bell.
You reckon that's a Bell White strikeout?
Yeah. It'd be a nice luxury having Bell behind there coaching you through.
Catchers never get any appreciation, do they, James? No. It's always the pitcher that gets the votes. Isn't that right, Jim?
Yeah, we were having a look over the off-season of the Cath Coral medalists, and we think that there's been 3 catches over the history of the result, whereas over 45% of the winners have been pitchers.
Yeah. 2 good ones standing next to each other right here. Chelsea Robinson up batting. It was interesting in all the coverage we did of the Olympics when we were talking to Steph Trzynski about who she likes to throw to. How she was saying she loves any opportunity she gets to throw to Bell. As this one's hit up the middle. It's a good hit. It's going to score 1 run. It's probably going to score 2. A throw is a bit too late. 2 runs cross the plate, and it is a 3-run lead thanks to Chelsea Robinson.
Yeah, Robbo just going opposite field. You called it before, Soph, that she hits it to the right side, and she scored 2 runs. And at the rate that this game is going, that might be out of reach now for the Phoenix, although Bell White will be the 3rd batter up.
Did you call that because that's where you're normally standing? So you're like, uh-oh, or I know it's coming to me.
No, yeah, anytime Chelsea comes up, its heart rate's up because I know it's coming to me every time.
And you're sitting there going,
again?
Yeah. Don't fumble. What have I got to do?
Especially on those ones where it's 3 or 4 bounces before it gets to you.
Yeah.
Little heart's pounding there.
Well, Charlize Callahan batting before, just to finish the point on Bell White, it was interesting to hear Steph Trzynski say she likes pitching to Bell White because when she calls something, she has this true confidence in you as a pitcher to throw, and that just makes you feel really good and just adds a whole lot of swag to how you throw the game, and that's a big testament to how good of a catcher Bell White is, as she gets another strikeout, Millie Fidge.
Well, here we go.
Can she ice the game with 5 strikeouts, and she strolls up to the plate with a bit of confidence now that she's put her team in the lead.
Wouldn't be happy with her first at bat, even though it was a very good swing. He just got cramped a bit by Millie there.
High and outside, so that's good pitching from Fidge and White to throw it out of the zone for Trzynski. He likes to swing hard early in the count.
She's got runners on first and second. 3-run lead to work with. Just allowing 2 runs would be okay.
Whoa.
And that was the swing, wasn't it?
So much power. And it's not just arm or upper body. It's a whole pivot, isn't it? It's a whole body strength on that swing.
Yep. So exciting for the Premier League, which is a month away.
Oh dear.
This one going to
go
foul.
Foul. Give her another chance.
I was just saying that it's so exciting for our competition that's going to start up in just a few weeks' time to see such hard swings, some great pitching already in this early pre-season. We're going to hit the ground running early second week of, or end of the first week of October. So look out for the Premier League coming at you soon.
I'm excited for the top 10 already. Oh,
she struck out the side.
Fidge has got the RBI single against Trzynski and then struck out the side. The Thunder gave up a couple of runs in the inning, but gee, she's the red-hot player of the game so far.
Well, you know what? Here we go. It's going to be the first point that guaranteed, no matter what happens, the Phoenix have picked up their first point of the season. They can't lose by more than 3 runs, so they'll get that 1 point now. The object for them is, can they find a way in front. What happens if there's a tie?
Well, they share the points. They share the points and go home.
Tiebreaker. What happens is that you get one out. So, like, effectively, there's 2 out in the inning, but the batting team can select the batter.
I love that.
It's never happened in Fully Loaded before. Never in the SummerSlam, Softball Australia, never in the Softball SA version of it either.
Let's go. Let's see what Harper Bridley, Chloe Zachary can do. Can they turn it around to get Belle White an at-bat versus a pretty good team? But there is a pitching change.
So they brought the veteran back in.
Is this dangerous? Jade is, well...
She does a lot of strikes.
She's the other side of 30, let's just put it that way.
The other side?
28?
I think
The
that's...
other side of 30.
I think that's a nice way of putting it.
She's 28 years old.
She pitched the first 2 innings of the night for the Thunder, and she's had to wait a game break and then 2 innings before she can come in. So,
the other side of 30. I went to her 40th. What's he talking about?
All right. I was trying to be... I was trying to be nice.
And also, don't forget, James, I absolutely lasered her with an off throw at third base, which would have hurt really bad.
Of course, yeah.
So she's doing well with a corky on her leg.
There'll be a bit of colour on her leg.
Absolutely. I felt bad when I learned it was Jade.
I went to her 40th 8 years ago.
All right, back to work here. Harper Bridley. So batters 8 and 9. She's got to get past, hoping probably for a double play so she doesn't have to face the third batter in the lineup, which is Belinda White.
Who seems due.
Overdue.
So we will keep playing even if they do hit the front, the Phoenix, until all 3 outs are made because the final score is big,
hard
but
on
it's a walk.
you.
It's a walk, so it's a 5-3 game. 2-run lead.
Well, one swing of the bat was going to do it, but...
a no swing also works.
Ruby Fidge, but I don't know what's happening over at the Phoenix. Have they taken... This is a good shot. It's got a chance of going. It's to the fence and a great catch from Dolphin. A sacrifice fly as Ruby Fidge scores Millie Fidge, and it's a 5-4 ball game.
Great shot.
With 1 out.
Holy Fidge. The Phoenix have rode Millie and Ruby.
We're going to see a
couple
draw.
Of key bats here.
We're going to see a draw, and I can't believe Dolphin took another one off Chillingworth. We're going to see a draw here.
Who are we picking for the hitters if it is a draw?
Belle White. And Steph.
Well, I thought
what
it looked like there was going to be a change because we had Bryony Pearson in the on-deck circle. Well,
Chelsea.
Belinda White has come up to bat.
We can't talk about a draw.
The base is open. You put her on.
You can't talk about a draw when Belle White is up to bat, but she swings hard.
No!
It's just bobbled at third. That was the out they needed. This ball game is tied. It's a
Third.
Gemma Letton scores to tie the game. It's 5-all. Belinda White comes up with a hit. It was a nasty bounce for Callahan at third base on the leading team's replay. The runner, Letton, took off on the pitch almost and scored.
Well, a draw is going to be very hard from here, even though the score is tied. It's runners on second and third, 2 in scoring position. Taylor Chillingworth and Abby Jorgensen up to bat. Right now, even on the scoreboard.
She's gone up the handle a little bit as well for a bit more control. She knows how important this is for the Phoenix.
Jade will shut him out here.
And go for a super tiebreaker, you reckon?
Yep.
Wouldn't mind that. Swings through it, though. Jade Peterson can get a few strikeouts. She's got a few to her name.
Just the 1 out. Now, Chelsea Robinson looks like she's calling to the outfield. Can you make home on the catch? I would have all my outfield in protecting that ground ball because anything to the outfield is going to score a run.
Yeah, there's one.
There we go.
Wow.
I told you. She will take it to a tiebreaker.
Now,
2
this
outs.
is interesting. Any out will work. Doesn't matter how they get it done. Then we'd head to our first ever super tiebreaker, and so important.
Then we get paid overtime, Eric.
We do. 2 more chips next week. Jorgensen up to bat. Jordan Harris is standing on deck. You surprised they didn't have Harris in the top 3 of the batting lineup?
Well, like Bill was saying before, spread it out.
Chops that foul.
He's tried a
Let's
couple
get
of
the
different
outs.
things with the tactics, hasn't he, so far in his 4 games as head coach for the Phoenix, Bill Benedictson. He hasn't been afraid to mix it up, and By the looks of things, it's paying off because he kept the Thunder, who were top coming into today, to just 5 runs.
He's mixed up his socks, that's for sure.
Well, we're 1 out away from a super tiebreak, but we're 1 swing away from the first win for the Phoenix.
That'll be a heartbreaking loss for the Thunder too, because I thought they had it in the back. Oh,
This hit up in the air. They're going to have to make a play at center field. She makes the catch, and we are going to a super tiebreak.
I don't know if the umpires know what to do.
James, you go right out there.
Ian, you got to keep going.
Umpire, tiebreaker.
We keep going.
We keep going.
We're going to keep going. We're just yelling out there. It's going to be a super
You can't end it
tiebreaker.
like this, Blue.
It's going to be a 45
way.
innings game.
This is fully loaded
Edge
softball.
of our seats here.
Literally, let's move. There we go. Literally edge of the seat stuff. This is interesting. So you have 1 out.
Yep.
You have 1 batter. I'm assuming that if they get a safe hit, you just keep working down the lineup, and you just see how many runs you can score.
Well, do you
with the
choose
1
your
out.
lineup, or do you got to choose and then start?
I don't know,
Like-
but I'm assuming it's the same. But I would assume you would have to go Bell White if you are the Phoenix, and
You got some good hitters in this team here. You got three. I would Hood, Trzynski, Robinson.
Who do you go with?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Based on tonight, I'm picking Chelsea.
Yeah.
She's been seeing
She's
the
got
ball
2
like
hits.
a watermelon.
I think so, yep.
And even in the previous game against
And then at
us,
least you have
she was.
Steph. That's 2 batters away with Charlize Callahan. If she gets a hit, you can keep that
That's right.
on-flow effect.
Yeah. I'll be going with Chelsea, and it's hard to
Yeah.
go past
Now,
Bell.
how do the
That's good.
pitchers work? Can you just choose?
Well, I just saw Steph saying, "Can I pitch again?" Because
she
she's
wants
already.
it.
She won't want to pitch again, would she?
No, she wants it. Prime
She
time,
would. She
Thursday
wanted
night.
pitch again.
Everyone's watching
First.
at home.
Oh, they've got Robbo, have they?
Oh, great call.
Yep.
See, that's what I would have
This
done.
is interesting stuff. Literally, see, look at that. There we go. Edge of the seat stuff. Thank you very much for joining us as we have history in the making here.
They chose Robbo, did they, Jim?
I don't know. I was running around like a wild cat out there. It's
Did you just see yourself on camera then when you did that?
another stitch up from Brandon. Thanks very much.
Producer
for
Brandon
that.
with the
Okay,
wins again.
so we've gone out. It's never happened. I don't know if you've been talking about it. No, it never happened in Fully Loaded yet. It's our very first tiebreaker. So when you said before that they're guaranteed a point, anything could happen here.
So we had a few questions here, right? So it's 2 outs, bases loaded, right?
2 outs, bases loaded.
So let's say they choose Bell White, the Phoenix,
Right.
as their batter. 2 outs. If Bell White gets a double up the middle, clears the bases, she stands on second. Would Taylor Chillingworth then come up to bat
Yep.
and they just play out the inning?
Yep.
Can you change up your batting lineup, or does it have to be as was submitted at the beginning of the game?
As submitted with the substitution, so you can.
Come on, Robbo.
So you can bring in any of the subs, but loaded bases.
Loaded bases, 2 outs. The umpires learning the rules just like we are
Does
at
he
home. We
realise
hope
it's
you're
fully
joining us.
loaded? It's called fully loaded. So someone's better whisper that.
Welcome back to softball bases runners on first and second. Fully
Here we
loaded.
go.
It's a super tie break. Here we go. They've chosen Chelsea Robinson. She's 2 for 2 on the day. The Team Australia Aussie Spirit player going against Millie Fidge. She's pitching overtime. She's pitched 2 innings in this game, but
Setting herself in, calming herself down. She's going to go after a good one here.
So there's in the original version of Fully Loaded, there's no pitching restriction. So we've just said that they can go with any. If the batting team can go with any batter, the fielding team can go with any pitcher.
and they probably made the right choice. Millie Fidge has pitched very well in this game. She's got a few strikeouts. Steph Trzynski, you would probably assume, is going to go for the Thunder, but right now it's all about this out in Chelsea Robinson up to bat. That one just inside. I like this. This is some drama.
We thought the Phoenix were guaranteed a point. Well, now, Robbo puts one deep and next batter comes along, does the same thing. It could be out to 5 runs and
block.
deny him a point.
Big block from Bell White.
That won't happen. Not with not knowing that Belinda White will be the chosen batter for the Phoenix. You'd think.
It's a good tiebreaker rule. White with a cracking hit.
There it is.
That's going to score 1. It's going to score 2. Runner having to think over at third.
She's going.
She's going to make a play for it.
wow.
Bell
Home.
White
She's going
over
home.
third.
She's going home. No, come on, Robbo, put it in.
You've got to do it,
Chelsea
Robbo. How
Robinson.
good's that?
Chelsea Robinson with a 3-run bases clearing double. She gets to third on the air, and It is a 3-run lead for the Thunder. Chelsea Robinson.
Clutch.
Leading
Wow.
team's replay just drills it into the fence.
Yeah, just bat in order now.
Yeah, we are just yelling.
I got you, Blue.
instructions at the end.
Gotcha.
Great
That's all right.
replay, good
That last
action.
one was a strike too, by the way.
The Thunder put 3 on the board. So it's 8-5.
8-5, yeah, not guaranteed a point at all. Charlize Callahan goes deep. And then all of a sudden, things have changed
The
dramatically.
commentators curse. You put the kibosh on them.
Well, I mean, they were batting 3 runs down.
Well, that does apply the pressure back to the Phoenix defense, but then their chosen batter who comes up to bat as well.
Bell White, you'd assume, would be the batter. Oh, maybe Jordan Harris. There's a few options he got. Down low again, good block by Bell White.
Well, where is
So Chelsea
White?
Robinson, though, 3.
No, you'd go with Belk. Then you got Taylor Chillingworth, Abby Jorgensen, and then Jordan Harris. So
Home
bing
run
bang.
Harris.
Yeah. There's 2 out, so you just got to
Called strike.
ride your luck, play the force base, whatever. Give up 1 to make that out. But Chelsea Robinson just drove one up the alley and
3 for 3 on the
Very disappointed she didn't come home. Come on, Chelsea.
Couple strikes, though, rocked up on Charlize Callahan.
Bit of tension going. There's a bit of crowd getting behind it now. I'm liking it. And look who's in the circle.
big dog.
And the big dog.
The big
Steph
dog,
Trzynski.
Steph Trzynski.
I've just given her the look, so she'll hit one for me now.
She's got to get there first as the tandem of Millie Fidge and Bell White will try to get to work.
She's got her eye on us as well. I reckon we hand her a headset.
She's
I want to mic up Steph Trzynski one game.
You watch her swagger to the circle next innings. You watch her.
low
Just
for a
down low,
ball.
it's a
She's
walk.
going to get a swing at one.
Here it is.
Here we go, pumping herself up
This
here.
could
Steph
seal
Trzynski.
it. This could seal it here.
Well,
Steph Trzynski has played all over the world. 4 years of college at Cal Berkeley. She did a season with DSS. Good friend of mine, Norman Amos, head coach there. Belinda White played there
and
as
she
well.
swings
goes
at the
after
first
this.
pitch. Is it going to drop in? Nope, running in to make the play. So 3 runs across the board. That's what they're chasing in the super tie break. If
They
score
will
3,
get a point.
will they go to? They will get a point unless it goes to a super tie break.
I don't know what we're going
happens
to
after
do if it's tied.
Well, you could go if it goes tied again. You could do. Have you ever heard of banana ball? You seen what's going on in the States with one team that plays completely different rules baseball? Their extra innings tiebreaker is they have no defense, and it's a pitcher, and it's versus a hitter, and the hitter has to try to run. They hit the ball, and they try to run all the way around the bases while the pitcher goes and retrieves the ball.
Pitchers don't run.
I was going to say, have you ever seen a pitcher field their own ball?
Oh man, you know who I'd back every day of the week? Otani. Isn't he
Yeah,
an
freak.
unbelievable player?
Is Steph Trzynski the Shohei Ohtani of softball SA?
Absolutely.
Either way, here we are. Steph Trzynski is going into the circle, asking some more questions of the umpires. I think the umpires consequently are going to get a question towards us as James Harris leads the commentary booth. So Trzynski is going to go head-to-head with who I would assume be Bell White.
Of course it is. This will be a good matchup.
So it's Aussie Spirit player versus Aussie Spirit player.
We're just sitting here wondering what's going to happen ourselves.
We have no idea. Has to be.
Bit of gamesmanship. The Thunder asking if they can intentionally walk a batter.
Wow.
We haven't seen
they
one
can,
in fully
they can,
loaded.
can't
They can just throw 4
Well,
balls.
they can, but that's not in the spirit, is it? We want good games
Yeah,
here.
we haven't seen one in fully loaded. We haven't seen a
What was the
tiebreaker.
question? What is the answer?
I gave the answer no.
Doesn't mean
Good
she can't
James.
walk her, though.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're doing.
Come on, Robbo, have a go.
Steph Trzynski.
Have a swing!
Have a go.
Have a swing!
Trzynski has struck out every batter that she's just about faced.
Bell White with a big smile on her face. And again, outside, Steph Trzynski, who has the highest first pitch strike percentage in the league, has just missed on her first 2 pitches.
Bunt it.
Are we allowed to boo from this commentary booth?
Yeah.
So
Sophie Hoyle joining us here with special comments tonight. She only wanted to do 1 inning.
the problem is...
Come on, Bell. You know where it's going.
Mark Cramp shouting out at Bell White.
Come on.
I'd change batters boxes. I'd go into the left-hand
You know
batter.
what's going
did you
out
see,
there.
Did you see Bell on that play? She just reaches out and expands the plate. Here's the pitch.
Wow.
Chelsea Robinson
Giving up
sets
a run.
up outside, so they give up a run. It's but this is a dangerous thing because now the go-ahead and the winning run is
On base, yeah.
on base. They've just put the winning run on base.
Well, they only need 2, so the winning run is at second, right?
No, the
that's a
tying run's
draw.
at second.
Oh, my God.
Chillingworth put a half a dozen balls to the fence last season, so she is capable of clearing.
If this clears.
Chillingworth looking for a big-time moment. That just outside.
That was a good call.
After those 4 balls, that was a good call.
Wait, you saying anything over the plate?
Well, I'm looking around the diamond, and the Thunder look calm and relaxed. It's like everything's gone to plan so far.
Who are we going for here? So you're definitely going with Thunder.
Phoenix haven't won a
Softball's the
game
winner,
yet.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want Phoenix to get up here.
I'm going for the super tie break.
I want some salami.
Is the super tie break? You start them with a full count?
Yeah. Don't know.
Don't know.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Take a couple of fielders off. Yeah, one swing.
One swing. Chillingworth swings at it. That was one to swing at.
just missed that one.
Yeah. Chelsea Robinson
time.
on your screen. I reckon this would be a pretty fun game to play in.
This particular game?
Yeah.
Or the game in general?
This one.
This game
The two Angel
has
games
had
were
it all,
also very
hasn't
fun.
it?
2 Angel games. I was going to say
They
there was
were
about
very fun to play
186
in.
runs.
Actually, this game's had everything except a
Runs.
home run.
Until
Bang.
a strikeout from Trzynski, and that's the game.
Oh,
There we go.
wow.
That's the
Our
game.
first tie break.
The Thunder. They walk Bell White. They take the bat out of her hands, and they allow just the run. They get the strikeout to end the game, and the Emmsee Thunder win. The Phoenix get a point, but a bit of drama here, and the Thunder doing everything they can to get that win.
Very good game.
Chelsea Robinson, though, with the decisive
Clutch.
blow in that super tiebreak,
Yeah.
so big credit
She was
to
seeing the
Chelsea
ball.
Well, you
Robinson.
called it. You said that's who you'd choose, and
Yeah.
we agreed because of the follow-on after her, and she's been batting well. So
We're seeing the ball like a watermelon out there tonight.
Yeah, it's what a fantastic game. MC Thunder running out victors in 4 innings, 8 runs to 6. We'll cross to David Muggleton in a moment. He's going to grab Belinda White because we haven't had a chance to speak to her
That'd be
yet.
a
so-
that'd be a
Dave,
good
ask
interview.
about the intent.
Moment, but I just want to thank Mark and Sophie and Eric for tonight. Ruby DeBro joined us as well
And
as
Bill Benedictson.
Benedictson.
Bill.
So thanks so much for everyone
And don't
who
forget
joined
to
us.
thank producer Brandon.
Producer Brandon's done a terrific job. So has the whole Spacequake Sports team, including this man, David Muggleton. It looks like he's been denied.
No,
we're
never.
padding,
I
we're
wouldn't have
padding
picked
another
it.
one here. So
Never.
thanks so much for
Down
joining
to a
us.
minute with Muggleton.
Hi guys, I am here with Olympian Belinda White. Has that? Have you gotten used to that yet?
Definitely not, but it sounds really cool actually.
So you've got the tattoo, I've been told.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm giving you the mic then. Okay, a bit of drama in the last game. So close to getting your first win. Goes to the fully loaded softball's first ever. What was it? The
Super tiebreak.
super tiebreaker, and then an intentional walk.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
unintentional
That
walk.
sucks. It
Unintentional.
should be unintentional walk. Defeats the purpose, but it is a game, and you know we improved so much from last week. So the girls did a really good job, and we'll get a win hopefully next week.
Now, you're one of the leaders on the field amongst Softball South Australia. This competition lets you play not only with some of your Stars teammates, but a lot of the juniors kind of coming up through the ranks as well. What's that like, being able to actually be out there on the field with some of the young players?
I really enjoy it. Like, they're quite shy and reserved players, but hopefully being out there encouraging them, you know, giving them words of advice and tips and stuff like that will bring them out of their shells and be able to, like, you know, go back to their age group and hopefully do the same thing there. So I really enjoy that part, definitely being able to work with some of the juniors. And not just Sturt, it's any club, so it's giving back to all of softball as a whole, so it's only going to, you know, benefit them throughout their careers. So I really enjoy that part, definitely.
No worries. Thanks, Belle. And back to you in the studio.
Well, doesn't that make things interesting on the live ladder with the Angels taking, I was going to say maximum points, but 8 points on the night with 2 big wins. And then what a great way to finish week 2 of season 3 of Fully Loaded Softball. With that 8-6 victory for the Thunder over the Phoenix. So we're going to be able to update the ladder. We'll catch up on the ladder during
next
the week.
week.
Well,
I
think the Angels are on top, right?
The Angels are on top, but the Thunder right on their heels.
So thank you again so much to those on my left that have joined me. Any closing comments, guys?
That was a lot of fun.
Yep. Highlight of the night as well. Closing comments and highlights, guys.
The bomb, the Angels batting.
For me, Georgia Ballard was someone that really stepped up a lot. Like that
Wasn't she great?
It really was, and that's kind of cool. I think the competitions can set the tone for some of the emerging stars, whether it be a Chillingworth the last couple years, and Georgia Ballard has kind of put a little fingerprints.
One to look out for in the incoming season.
Absolutely. Thank you as well to, like we said, Bill Benedictson, Ruby DeBro and Sophie Hoyle for joining us. And also to CPC. They're our franchisee of the week. Next week, it will be Bob Burns Blinds' turn. So hopefully they can have their first win with Bob Burns Blinds joining us here at the desk. So you want to wrap things up for us, mate?
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. We'll catch you next week. Until then, we're signing off.